Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick, enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Powell. KTFM Floresville, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Protect College Sports Act failed to reach a vote during an all-night free recess session in the Senate that ended early Saturday morning, although the bill did gain a spot on next month's calendar in September after the chamber comes back from its summer break. Over the weekend, legendary and Hall of Fame coach Don Nelson passed away at the age of 86. Nelson is the second winningest coach in NBA history, a three-time Coach of the Year, and also won 5 titles as a player.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. My goodness, I don't know if I can do a show sitting in a studio, for goodness sake. I need a tent put up over here or something with some...
What, are you in the circus now?
Some whistles and
Dude, I just
all
want the
kinds of
ocean
stuff.
breeze and 74 degrees and complaining that it's hot.
I know it.
It's
I
a
know
different
it.
kind of heat.
It is a different kind of heat. No doubt about it. We are happy to be back. This is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. It is good to be back in San Antonio.
Finally. I mean, look, I've never been more thrilled to get into San Antonio after a 7-hour delay in Denver. And I know it's commonplace to bitch about the airlines. And for those of us that do travel a lot, I'm generally pretty fortunate. Saturday was not it. Saturday was just brutal. And the communication was even worse because we didn't know why we were spending 7 lovely hours at the beautiful Denver International Airport.
Well, finally, as we go up and I asked the lady at the counter
Nicely.
She was I was very kind.
You were.
Although I was inside, I was pissed off.
Oh.
But I mean, it's like we're 6 hours and I love sitting at airport bars. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
but not for 6 hours.
They love you sitting at airport bars too.
Know it.
Like, I wonder if the airlines get a cut. Like, you know what? Our bar sales are a little bit down. Let's hold everybody over for 2 more hours.
My goodness, it was apparently the winds had caused some delays and planes weren't able to take off or land, and it kind of screwed up the entire thing. But we were supposed to take off from Denver at 5 o'clock Denver time, be back in San Antonio at 8 something. We didn't get back till 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 a.m.
On Saturday or Sunday. Saturday morning, I guess.
Well, no, Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and think about our day, right? Now again, nobody's looking for sympathy, but it's by law when you have I almost said a bad word, a crappy time in air travel, you have to bitch about it publicly.
Of course.
Now, I didn't tweet about it, but I wanted to because I feel like by law you have to. And normally it's American Airlines, especially with those that travel in NFL media circles. But we were on Southwest, and I love Southwest. But this is why I hate flights that aren't direct. And for whatever reason, nothing direct from L.A. on Saturday except for a 7 a.m. flight that we weren't going to take. So Friday night, our last night in Oxnard, we had a really good time.
Yeah, we did.
A really good time.
Yes, we did.
Until about, bars closed. And we were up we left the Airbnb at 8:30 in the morning.
8:30 in the morning, yep.
You've got generally about an hour and a half drive to LAX from Oxnard, give or take.
Depending on traffic, obviously.
Could be 2 hours, but an hour and a half. But there's a great breakfast spot in Calabasas.
Yes.
So we did leave a little earlier than we needed to just to make sure we could have that wonderful breakfast. And it was wonderful. And then back on the 101, it's easy. 101 to the 405 to LAX. I mean, we've been doing it for years. But we're listening to the GPS lady. She's wanting us to exit on, a street I'm not familiar with. And it's a 6-mile jaunt. You look at the highway is closed. So when we complain about 1604 or I-35 being closed on the weekends, and you know how bad it is here, Imagine that in Los Angeles, where traffic is always bad, no matter what time of day or what day of the week it is. So everybody is being diverted on this little stretch of road that's 6 miles. It's a 6-mile shortcut from the 101 to the 405. That's an hour to go 6 miles.
Well, traffic lights and all that. Although I will say it was a nice area of L.A. And I know that there were signs for Brentwood, which is a swanky neighborhood.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, but you know,
I mean Brentwood, Hollywood Bowl, but I have no idea where we were. Then we were inside of a mountain for a while. There was this tunnel that I didn't know that I have never been on. I have no idea. But we finally get there. We pull out of the gate at LAX on time, and we are now sitting on the runway in Los Angeles for about half an hour. And we had a very short connection window in Denver. So we're at the point of the flight where they're like, all right, because of our delay in L.A., these 5 cities, 6 cities, whatever it was, you people raise your hand if you're on these connections. Then the flight attendant was like, see all those people? They get off first because they got less than 20 minutes to get to their next flight. And we're one of them. So cool. All right, everything's good. And then I get a text update from Southwest. Our flight from Denver to San Antonio is delayed half an hour. All right, cool. Now we're good.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're good. And we're only like 6 gates away. So we're in good shape. And I got to pee. And they don't and we're at the point where they won't
It's not me, it's him.
Yeah. We're at the point now where they don't let you off the plane or let you get up. And it's bumpy as hell going into Denver.
It really was.
It always is. Well, now we're circling again. And we're circling again. And we circled for about, 40 minutes because of some windburst stuff that was happening, and we can't land. But then again, nobody can land, nobody can take off. Denver airport is shut down. And then the pilot's like, and now we get to circle again because there's debris all over some runway that they've got to clean up. So all these planes need to land and take off, and we're down a couple of runways. Cool. Thanks.
Dude, it's really weird. And I've done it before. I'm sure you've done it before, and anybody that's listening probably has too. But when you're just circling and you feel the plane, it's just going in a big circle.
Yeah.
And you're just waiting,
well,
I
that's
guess.
What circling is.
Well, I get it, but I mean, it's just weird because I'm sitting next to a couple of guys that actually lived north of Denver, and they say, yeah, this kind of stuff happens all the time because we get these high winds. But, I mean, he was telling us, oh, yeah, we're going this way, and we're circling, and we're doing this. And I'm like, wow. Because I don't sit by the window. So
no,
I don't know
do.
what the
And
hell's
the guy
going
sitting in the middle seat next to me, we got a little too friendly at one point because we hit some turbulence that honestly felt like we hit a deer. I mean, just the crash, and then, everything kind of tilted, and your butt cheeks leave the seat a little bit. This guy grabbed my leg.
I think he just wanted to grab your leg.
No, I mean, that dude was scared. But he grabbed my way in a way.
Yeah.
A strange man should not grab another man's leg.
Yeah,
that was a little, and he was very apologetic. But
he was probably helping to grab 2 legs.
Well, and I remind you, I got to pee, brother. Oh.
I've never had anybody grab my leg.
Dude, it kind of freaked me out. It kind of freaked me out.
Wow.
And then we get to Denver, and again, all right, now our delay's about an hour. Then, so we go and we get some food, and while we're sitting there, it went to 2 hours, and then it went to 3 hours. Then we had 2 meals at the Denver airport. And man, I wish we could turn in the barbell as opposed to just the food bill.
Oh,
but it was it was a night. But the best part about this flight, and there was the best part we took off. But when we were leaving L.A., now I know Joe Reinagle really well, and we're not in the same row.
No, we're not.
We're not.
You're one ahead of me.
We're not in the same row. But Joe Reinagle gets really mad, like really mad. If you fart.
Dude, no. And I'm just like,
you get upset if you poop in the house. Joe Reinagle does not like the smell poop somebody's fart.
I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, it just hit me in the face. Bam! Somebody had farted, and I went, "Jeez, you got to be kidding me!"
And I hear that exactly like that, and I Couple seconds later, then I smelt it, and I just start laughing, and I kind of look back at Joe because I figured he didn't rip it, and he's sitting there like a 5-year-old with his
I had my hand over my
nose.
Dude, it was awful.
Oh, it was.
And it just lingered there. I mean, it's for what seemed like an hour, but it just lingered. And I'm going, don't fart on a plane.
Well,
okay, please don't.
I mean, clearly, if you're farting on the plane, you can't help it.
Well, you better help it. Jeez, that was the worst. It was awful.
Dude, I thought so. And it had to be one of the old guys sitting next to you.
I know it.
Or the next one. But his reaction, I knew it before I smelt it that somebody must have farted over near Reinagel.
Well,
because he acts like an 8-year-old.
Well, I wanted everybody to know. It's like, damn it. And so I'm not gonna be quiet about that. It's like, geez, what the? And I did. I wanted to stand up and say, what the hell was one of you thinking? Farting like that. It was awful.
As a passenger, if you're making that big of a racket, I think you're trying to cover up for yourself.
Well, dude, that was not me, because I wouldn't have said a damn thing. I mean, why would I say anything if I did it? I just sat there like.
But here's reality. I just knew it because I know Joe too well. I know how he acts. And Joe's a nice guy. He doesn't even fart in the house. It's 2 people in there. Like, gets up and walks outside. What's that? I just wanted fresh air. BS.
It was awful. It was awful. And so I don't do that. I mean, try everything you can not to do that, please.
No, well, that's it, And
I will try not to do it.
You go take a dump at the Airbnb 30 minutes later. Is it safe to go in there?
Oh, my God. Minix is like.
Well, what about yours, man? I mean, we all have to poop, and that's the only toilet. We had to share a bathroom for a week, which.
The problem is, Minix and I were friends, but, living together for a week is.
Well, I mean, you're the one watching TV Land and hiding the remote. There's more shine in. Son of a. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those Andy Griffith episodes were great. They were fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good trip. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did, because we had a lot of fun bringing it to you. And obviously the Cowboys not doing much today, but they get to travel a little bit tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly where the Rams practice training camp site is, but they're heading up to have a joint practice against the LA Rams tomorrow. So not doing much today. I know the coordinators are speaking, but that's about it. I'm sure they're going through some walkthroughs because it is not an official day off, is my understanding. So they're doing something. It's just not in pads or anything like that. They'll do that tomorrow. So we're going to talk some Cowboys camp, though, because there was a lot going on over the weekend and a lot to talk about because, boy, I tell you what, I'm getting a little worried, Minix, and I will tell you this. I'm driving up here to work. I'm listening to a national radio show, and they're playing different clips from these so-called experts, and every one of them is talking the same thing. Boy, the Cowboys, they're going to be dangerous. This Cowboys team is this is one to watch out for. This Cowboys team is the one that when people start talking like that, it's usually the kiss of death.
Is it?
Yes, it usually is.
Why can't we like nice things?
Well, we just can't because we're stupid stitious, if you know what I'm talking about.
Here we got it.
A girl just wants to hear that they're pretty.
Well, yes, they do. They do. We'll talk some Cowboys football when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Some people unwind with meditation. Sports fans yell at the radio. We're right there with you.
You sound like a big choo-choo train.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
If alcohol or drug use is hurting you or someone you love, you are not alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. There is help, there is hope. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741 or visit cicada.org.
To make exercise a habit, find something you enjoy, like shopping. It counts as a workout when it's Kohl's Active Sale. Get 20% off across the store and 25% off top active brands that'll have you feeling your best. Adding to your cart is pretty much cardio, right? Find out at Kohl's. Select styles. 25% offer ends August 15th. 20% offer ends August 16th. Exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
This is Brad Sham, and you're listening to South Texas's home for Dallas Cowboys football, 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, it's a Mellow Monday, everybody. Just in case you're wondering, it is. So we will be giving away $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at some point in time during this fine broadcast. So stay tuned for that. Not sure when we're going to do that, but whenever it strikes us to get it done, we will get it done. In the meantime, thanks for joining us on this Monday afternoon. We appreciate it. Lots to talk about today. There really is. Football, there's some news out of the NFL as well. Some coaches on the hot seat, which is kind of crazy. And, well, could the ACC be going away?
So much to get into.
So much to get into.
I mean, coaches on the hot seat, it is interesting when you think about that. There are some that, guy in training camp knows that it might be his last year. Will he make it through the year? But at least for the teams that we talk about the most, the Cowboys and the Houston Texans, I think their coaches are in pretty good shape. And like you said, a lot of expectation for the Dallas Cowboys coming into this season.
There really is.
After a week in Oxnard, I get it. I get it more today than maybe 2 weeks ago before we went out there, because the confidence level that these players have and Christian Parker, it really is different. The defense has a different attitude than a year ago. Now, keep in mind, there could be 7, 8 new starters on defense this year, and you go and you look at the guys that they brought in, they didn't go just get pieces and parts types of players like they have in the past. So there is reason to be optimistic, dare I say confident, that this defense is going to be not just a little improved, but a lot improved.
You say that, and Christian Parker is just, an impressive guy. He really is. He's smart. For a 34-year-old man, he is smart beyond his years. Not that 34-year-olds aren't smart. I certainly wasn't at 34. I was a knucklehead. But he's almost nerdy-like, and I tried to explain that to one of the guys from 105.3 The Fan the other day. Kind of the feelings, but in a good way. And I don't mean in a bad way. I have a feeling this dude just eats, breathes, and lives the game of football.
That's it. And again, to the point where he admitted that he would look at media video on their Twitter to get ideas, which is why the Cowboys tried to put a stop to that, which, dude, you're in Dallas. It didn't happen.
Although the Rams do, so the Dallas media is going to have to comply with those rules tomorrow.
Well, that's it, and because they are going to the Rams facility tomorrow for that joint practice, and although it is interesting to me, I'm glad Jerry reversed that almost immediately when the Cowboys tried to change it, and I get why Christian Parker would be a little bit guarded, but at the same time, in today's world, you just got to live with it. Now you think about tomorrow's joint practice. First real opportunity to go against somebody else. And the fact that they're going against a team that is expected to be in the Super Bowl. When you think about all these national people, the Rams are at the top of the list as the favorite to go to the Super Bowl. You look at that defense that's going to add Aaron Donald soon. Not yet, but soon. So if you're Brian Schottenheimer, what are you looking forward to this first joint practice?
See these guys compete. It's always going to be the big thing. This is a really good football team we're going to go up against, one that, we certainly play, late in the year as we're pushing for the playoffs as they are as well. And watch these guys compete. Again, I want to see if they can maintain their use of fundamentals, when you're going up against a different colored jersey and different than the star on the helmet. But that's probably the biggest thing. And again, like I said, because we play them, we're not going to do a lot. We're going to just do kind of what we do things that people know that we have. We might be a little bit more basic on defense, but at the same time, watch these guys play football against a very, very talented team will be good for us.
I don't think there's any question about it. It will be good for them, especially that offensive line going up against a Myles Garrett, who is now a member of the LA Rams. And so that's going to be good for a Tyler Guyton or whomever is having to try and keep him out of the backfield. I think it's going to be good. The Rams are the favorite in the NFC. I don't think there's any question about it. Everybody's talking about them, but this talk about the Cowboys and all these national types that are now touting this football team and saying, hey, man, look out for them. They could very well be something special this year. And you have to agree with that just from what we saw. But, man, it makes me nervous when everybody is jumping on that bandwagon.
Well, and again, because we're not used to it in Dallas. And when we were used to it, they disappointed. So, I'm I'll see it when I believe it kind of guy, but I'm a lot more optimistic about the Cowboys' chances this year. I know yesterday was 8-9, known as Dallas Cowboy Day. It used to be 8-8, but they added a game. But it is kind of one of those things. But, I think for the players, too, it's one thing for Brian Schottenheimer and what he's looking for. CeeDee Lamb was asked the same question.
Just being able to compete against somebody else. Tired of seeing my own guys who know our plays. They've seen it for months now. And it's to this point, I feel like, let's see how we're going to operate when somebody else is across the line of scrimmage. We don't know each other. We're not good with nobody's technique. Are we still ready? Are we still those guys? And for me, I ask myself those questions, and it's only one way for me to get them answers.
It's interesting to CeeDee Lamb there. There was some video out, and I think it's still out. I think Pledge sent it to us, and I saw it over the weekend that Caleb Downs was going one-on-one with CD around the end zone and doing a pretty damn good job.
I see him every day. I've been seeing him every day for like the last 5 months. So like for him, he's real strong. Real competitive guy, real smart. And again, I told you, he's like his ability to adapt. I can get him on one thing one time, and obviously if we flip the play, he's gonna be on it. So again, that's where the tools come in at. That's where you use different releases, different bags, different approaches to get to the same spot. But like as for him, man, he makes me work and vice versa. You get good work out there.
One thing about Caleb Downs is the Cowboys seem to have the real deal. And it's one thing for us to watch practice and come away going, that dude looks like a stud. Like if you look out there and you see 13 and you did not know that was a rookie and you did not know that was Caleb Downs, you'd be going, who the hell is that? It'd be kind of like when Joe discovered Jake Ferguson. Like you can you see it, right? It is visible. Watching some NFL Network stuff from around, they're talking about Caleb Downs might have been the best player in the draft, but because he plays safety, he slid. And how just based on a week of padded practices, some of these former NFL player types and the different scouts and whatnot talking about just how he has dominated, how quickly he has picked up everything. I mean, just all of it. He looks like the real deal. I mean, it's in the way they use him, as versatile as he is, which is some of the stuff that Christian Parker doesn't want getting out there on video. All the different ways they've been using this guy, Caleb Downs, there. I mean, again, it's a week of camp, and he's yet to play a game. But my goodness, the Cowboys might have gotten the steal of the draft.
Could very well be, and I know what was it, Washington that picked right before Dallas.
Yeah,
their fans were a little bit ticked off that they didn't draft Caleb Downs in that particular spot, and the Cowboys got him with the very next picks. It's going to be interesting to see. I think he's going to be good. I think he'll make a difference. Again, it's such a journey in the NFL. Well, we can all sit here and speculate and say this is the team, that's the team, but you got to get through the gauntlet, and that's the problem for every team. And I mean, I'm not telling anybody anything they don't know. It's that team that makes it through that is the healthiest, that typically is carrying that trophy at the end. So we will see what happens. But on paper right now, I have to agree with all those folks. I mean, this Cowboys team looks better than anyone that I've seen here in a while, maybe except for the last time they were in the playoffs, because that was a pretty good football team too.
Well, even then, though, I think, and again, it's early and it's hard to, without sounding like you've just, had a week's worth of drinking the Kool-Aid, but this might be the best defense that we've seen from Dallas in years, and that includes the 3 straight years of Mike McCarthy winning 12 games, because they were winning a lot of those games mainly because their offense was so damn good, and you did have the 1 year where Bland had all the interceptions. That was a opportunistic defense, not a great defense, but Bland made up for it with all those takeaways, and Diggs had some there, but in reality, stopping the run, they're going to be hard to run against. I mean, Jerry finally went out and got all those war daddies that he's always after. I mean, again, they're not doomsday, but this defense should be, more than just a little bit improved, and a little bit of improvement is all they needed. Are they the Houston Texans defense? Good Lord, no. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it's that, man, how much better can they be? A lot. A lot.
And the Cowboys still talking about going out and making a move at some point in time. Maybe that Von Miller guy that's sitting out there, because Stephen Jones was pretty transparent over the weekend saying he mentioned 2 positions, linebacker, cornerback. He never mentioned a pass rusher, but he did say those 2 for sure. And so
Von Miller's going to be a Cowboy.
I would think so.
He posted a picture over the weekend of Dak holding the trophy. It was obviously AI, but he is manifesting him being a Cowboy. And now I think they need to get aggressive with this Max Crosby thing, because did you hear the latest rumor? Detroit. Could you imagine Crosby and Hutchinson? Good Lord, Jerry, make the trade just to keep that from happening.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Ooh, yes, yeah. That would be brutal. Yeah, look, I hope so. I hope they go ahead and get a Max Crosby. Von Miller would be good too. I think
you could do both.
They
can
maybe
do both.
Well, according to Jerry, they can. We'll mortgage the future.
They can do well, but they got enough room under the cap, and then you make the trade, and you're going to be fine.
Yep, it's going to be interesting. It really is. I am so ready for the football season to get underway. I can't wait. This is just like we're looking at the menu right now, and you haven't ordered the entree. I haven't even got an appetizer yet, because preseason is not an appetizer. It's like. Yeah, it's not. Well, it's like smelling a fart on an airplane.
Well, no, we had a great preseason game.
We did, yes.
A great preseason game, and it is kind of the appetizer. Now, it might be when they're walking around with a tray of food and you say, "No, I'm good," but at least it's there.
Well,
if you really want it, it's there.
Look, we were fortunate, yes, that the Hall of Fame game was one of the best I've seen preseason-wise in a long time. But we'll get back to reality. It will happen.
Well, one of the things, though, that I think is interesting, and, last week when we were in Oxnard and we were visiting with the voice of the Dallas Cowboys, Brad Champ, he brought up something that nobody is talking about on our show, and now it seems like everybody is talking about it, and that is we all just assume this Cowboys offense is going to pick up where it left off and actually be better.
Yep.
That's a safe assumption. Second year in a system, that's typically what happens. Brian Schottenheimer was asked over the weekend if he has to guard against just that.
Yeah, I didn't want to shut you down when your first question at training camp. I didn't want to tell you to say, hey, pause. I don't look at it that way at all, babe. We got a lot of work to do on offense. I hear it. We've put it out there. Got it. Great. I love it. I want us to be that, but you got to do the work to do it. Teams are studying us. We have to evolve. We have to be better, but I have zero problem winning games 3-0. Zero. I just want to win. And so every team is different. We're not guaranteed anything based off our performance last year on offense, just like we're not guaranteed by making a change on defense. It doesn't ensure that you're going to have a top 10 defense or a top 5 defense. These guys determine that based on how they work, how they practice, how they prepare, and the confidence comes from that. I think what you see from our offense right now is they're very confident. Do I like that? Absolutely. But they have to back it up.
Well, that's it, and I think Brad Sham makes a good point, and he gave a lot of reasons for that. He said, "Look, at the defense is better. They're not going to have to throw the football as much. They'll run it a little bit more, and maybe there won't be as many points on the board this year than there was last year. But the fact that the defense is going to be better, you may not need that in particular." So. And he brings up some great points, but to just assume that something is going to be as good as it was last year was a fool's errand.
Well, again, and to the point, though, with the defense, I remember, we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago when a friend of mine was like, "Oh, yeah, Dak's going to throw for 4,500 yards." I was like, I hope not. With Williams back and playing well, and my goodness, give the Cowboys front office credit for getting that done early, because you look at what these running backs are getting paid this month.
Yeah.
I'm glad Jerry was out in front of that. You got Jaden Blue. We saw the guy get signed on Friday. I think it was him working out, because in the morning when we were walking in, there was a guy working out, lime green shoes, then they sign a running back. This kid from the spring league, he could actually end up being a player. Phil Moffa. It'll be interesting to see, Malik Davis, which of the running backs actually make the team, who's going to be RB2, and is there a third one? Because that's one position group where, unlike an extra defensive back, you can't hide them. Some of those guys are going to get cut, and there's some talent there, but just the reaction and reading about the guy that they picked up, he's one of those, man, he just needs the opportunity and see what happens kind of guys. And why the Cowboys went and got him, I don't know, unless they just aren't happy with Blue or Maffa, or because it didn't feel like they needed him. But that looks like that could be at least something to watch in preseason to see if they have somebody. I don't expect the Javonte Williams to get a lot of preseason action. I do expect Jashawn Corbin to get a lot of action, and he led the UFL in rushing yards, and actually also played with the San Antonio Brahmas a couple of years ago and was in this very studio.
Well, how
actually,
about
not
that?
This one. It was our old studio, but yeah.
Yeah. Look, Blue has to put up or shut up this year. I mean, there's no question. Everybody was talking about him at camp, how he's coming in with a different attitude, because last year he was kind of a showboat, and he wasn't backing it up with his play on the field. And that was a problem. This year he's completely different. He had some good runs while we were out there. But again, Phil Moffa's another guy they're high on, and I think we'll give them every opportunity. I think you'll see Moffa, and I think you'll see Blue, and I think you'll see this Corbin dude play quite a bit. Javonte Williams won't touch the field during the preseason.
No.
I mean, Shotty made that pretty clear that most of the starters will not see the field at all during the preseason.
And again, what I really feel bad for is the first two preseason games are on the road. And Shotty's already said that third preseason game, ain't nobody that's going to make the team likely to see the field in that. I mean, nobody you'd want to see. Some of these guys, because he put them all in buckets. You got 4 different groups of players, your A, your B+, your B-, and your C players. He said you get to that third preseason game. Well, that's the only one in Dallas, right? Those fans, people that are going to that game, screwed as far as seeing anybody of note.
I totally agree. And if you're paying money to go to a preseason game.
Yeah, I got a friend going, and he's all excited. And
he is?
I don't want to break his heart, but, dude, you ain't going to see anybody.
Well, it's cool going to the stadium.
It is.
Mean, that whole experience is cool regardless. But save your money and go to a regular season game. They're a lot more fun, without a doubt. Lots happening around the NFL besides the Dallas Cowboys. By the way, did you see CeeDee Lamb making a case, I think, with Jory Epstein, with Yahoo Sports, asking Jerry to please figure out a way to sign George Pickens. Whether Jerry's going to be able to do that or not remains to be seen, but CeeDee Lamb already politicking to try to get that done and to keep George Pickens on the field of play and in a Dallas Cowboys uniform. So we'll see how that works out. A lot of news around the NFL, and I have to wonder what is going on with Shedeur Sanders, because I heard earlier in camp he's having a great camp, and now there are reports that he's third on the depth chart and might not even make the final roster. That's incredible. We're talking about that and the rest of the news around the NFL when we return here on the Blitz at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Cowboys Season action starts Saturday.
Knock the ball! Touchdown to Pickett!
The Cowboys and the Seahawks. Pregame at 6. Kickoff at 7.
Somersault to the goal line! Touchdown, Prescott!
Presented by AA Best Belmonts and the Davis Law Firm. San Antonio's home for Dallas Cowboys football.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Let's go to Vegas.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend. The Blitz will be live at Circa August 27th and 28th. And then, of course, we're staying for the weekend. So come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor, Circa Million, Circa Grandissimo are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas. More details and discounted rooms, visit circasports.com. That's circasports.com.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
Football season is almost here, and just in time for kickoff, the new Roo Pub will be open in New Braunfels, in Creekside near the Buc-ee's. You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game, any big event, and the New Braunfels location will be no different. Heading to the coast, check out the Roo Pub in Rockport, and of course the OG Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road is the perfect place for your fantasy draft. Roo Pub number 3, opening soon in New Braunfels. We'll see you at the Roo.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. If you've been hurt by a commercial vehicle, every second counts. The experienced team at Davis Law Firm has helped injured clients for more than 30 years. We know the questions to ask and the evidence to gather to help you get the verdict or settlement you deserve. Many cases often involve severe injuries and complicated investigations. So don't talk to anyone until you talk to the force. Call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. San Antonio, Austin, Corpus Christi, Laredo, RGV, Permian Basin. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
On the next AJ and Rob show, the team is fully functioning and together again. The Cowboys are one day away from a scrimmage, and the Spurs got them a new sniper. Oh, by the way, college football coming too. AJ returns, and what will be a spectacular show. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Glad you made up your mind to join us here on the Blitz on this Monday afternoon. We're excited to have you along with us. Lots to talk about here on this Monday afternoon. It is a mellow Monday, by the way. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix. This Shedeur Sanders thing is weird.
It is, although I'd rather keep listening to the Toadies, but they're coming to San Antonio in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
Ain't nothing wrong with old music.
No.
In fact, Robert Earl Keen will be on the show tomorrow.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's more my style.
More your style?
Yeah.
Than the Toadies?
Yeah, I would say. Oh, the Toadies are all right. I mean, just depends what kind of mood you're in, you know.
I'm always in a rock and roll mood.
Well, I know you are.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about, Oxnard driving, and I got to listen to rock music the whole damn time we're there. Jeez.
And your problem with that is
do they have country music in L.A.?
No.
Apparently not.
No, we were listening to KLOS.
Yeah,
one of the legendary rock stations in this country.
They were playing some good music because they played a lot of old rock and roll, which was a lot of Boston, a lot of Foreigner, a lot of stuff like that.
A lot of Foo Fighters. It was a good mix.
Yeah, so it was good.
I know.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
I mean, this week we need to hear Pledge a lot of Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age to get me ready for Saturday in Nashville. Just FYI. Put in a little request.
Queens of the Stone Age.
Yes.
Is it a girls' band?
No. And there's another band in there, but we can't say the name on radio.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So are they Queens?
No.
I'm just wondering. So how the hell do you come up with that name if you're an all-dude band? Unless you're a queen. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying.
Pledge, help me out. No? There's no help?
No. Just going to let Joe swim in that one.
It's out there.
Yeah. Queens of the Stone Age.
Well, I mean, you talk about band names.
Uh-huh.
There's a third band on the Foo Fighters bill. You can't say their name on the radio.
Really?
Yes.
So it's obviously got a bad word in it.
Well, mannequin, and then
mannequin.
There's another part there.
Is it a
Starts
male
with a P.
Male part?
No, female.
Oh, are they girls?
Another mannequin.
What kind of concert are you going to, Minix? Jeez.
Good rock and roll show.
Okay.
But I ever wonder some of these band names. Dude, if you ever want to get played on the radio, you got to have a name we can say on the radio.
Well, that's true.
Right?
Yeah. You can't. Okay.
I mean, you can say Pussycat Dolls, but you can't say mannequin. Right. I mean, it's stupid, but they're dumb because although they're touring with Foo Fighters, so I'm guessing they're doing well enough and probably sell a bunch of T-shirts that I'd never be able to wear out, or at least wear to work.
I suck that stuff down.
Interesting drop, Pledge?
Sure.
I'm just going to hope you missed. You were going for a different button. Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's not the one you wanted to put your finger on. Yeah.
Or in. I mean, what the hell? Woo! All right, it's a Monday. We're back.
So Shedeur Sanders.
This guy, I can't figure out what the Browns are going to do with this guy because Todd Monken, in their last practice, gave most all of the first-team reps to Deshaun Watson. And then passed up Shedeur altogether, and Dylan Gabriel got the reps that Shedeur was supposed to get, leading obviously everybody and reporters in attendance baffled.
The dilemma, because when we were driving from Oxnard to LAX on Saturday morning, the national show on ESPN radio we were listening to, 710 in Los Angeles, because KLOS was in a wonderful public affairs show. One of the dudes on, was it Myra Metcalf and whoever, is a Cleveland reporter, so he covers Cleveland. And he talked about how well Shedeur has played for the most part, but he's inconsistent. I mean, he will make a play and you go, oh, what the hell was that? And then he'll make a play and go, you can get more of that, man. You'll go to the Hall of Fame. But we saw that last year when he was playing. But the question becomes, do you start Shedeur just so you truly know what you have, or do you get something out of Deshaun Watson since you've given him $250 million to basically do nothing? You're not going to re-sign Deshaun Watson. Could you imagine Deshaun has a great year and you give him another contract? I just can't imagine that happens. Plus, you got this whole new coaching staff. They didn't pick up Deshaun Watson. That staff didn't draft Shedeur Sanders or Gabriel. That's what Todd Monken inherited.
You know, it's going to be interesting because if you're the Cleveland Browns, aren't you trying to tank? Or, I mean, seriously, because of the quarterback talent that is coming out of college next year is off the chart. It is a very deep quarterback draft next year. So if Shedeur, logic seems to think that you would want to see, give Shedeur an opportunity and see what you've got there. Is it going to be necessary to draft one of these guys? And I think the answer to that is clearly yes, because you're right about Watson. They're not going to re-sign that guy. They can't get rid of him soon enough. Dylan Gabriel's not the answer. And apparently, according to Todd Monken, although Monken tried to explain it, and he said, somebody told him as they were going out to practice that Shedeur had gotten a lot more reps with the ones than the other two. And that was his explanation. I'm like, well, I mean, is he your starter? If he's going to be your starter, then that's pretty typical.
It's bizarre. And then, of course, Shedeur being Shedeur, let you know his life is good either way. Posts on social media, him, with the pleasure pose, all fancied up in, I don't know, it was Gucci suit or whatever. He's good either way, is what he wants you to know. It's funny, headline, break silence. No, he posted on social media. But even Dion, commented on the post, stunting like your daddy. I guess at this point, if you're Shedeur, isn't that what you have to do is, you're telling people, man, even though right now it might not look good, I'm going to be just fine.
But he will be just fine. And you have to imagine if Cleveland does, for whatever reason, get rid of him or cut him, I think he will find a home. I mean, hell, Trey Lance is still, for some reason, in the NFL. So, I mean, there's a home for quarterbacks somewhere. You may not be the starting quarterback, but there's a home for you. Even Will Levis, did you see the latest on him on the podium the other day talking about, I know there's not, I know I'm better than one of the 32 quarterbacks that's starting in this league. And first of all, I applaud him for feeling that way. That's how you should feel. You should be confident to say that you are a starting quarterback in the NFL. But there ain't nobody knocking on Tennessee's door to pry you away from there, and that's the problem.
At least not yet, and Will Levis might be. Shedeur Sanders, I mean, we've seen the guy play enough football, but not at this level. And Cleveland is, we talked about it when he got drafted. It's where quarterbacks go to die.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look at the guys that Cleveland has chewed up and spit out. Some, they stayed out, like Johnny Manziel. Others, like Baker Mayfield, have been able to turn their career around. Took several stops for Baker, but he finally figured it out. A new coaching staff, maybe that's what Shedeur needs. Although you look at Deshaun Watson and all the interceptions he was throwing early in camp, if he cleans that up, and if you're Deshaun and you still want to play, you have a really good year, and then you're going to be a free agent. And if he has a really good year, somebody's going to bring him in.
Absolutely, somebody will. He's only 29 years old. I thought he was older than that.
Well, but he hadn't played in 3 years.
Exactly.
So, coming off of a couple of bad injuries, if he can actually be somewhat looking like anything like he looked while he was with Houston, if he can get close to that, close to it, he's going to go somewhere else. I just can't imagine it in Cleveland, although he did say he would like to stay there because he and his wife bought a really nice house or built a nice house. And, Cleveland's home now, all that kind of stuff that you say. But I'm surprised he actually lives there full time. And that's what he said.
I'm surprised, too, actually. I don't know. Maybe Cleveland's nice in other places. Part I saw was not good. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. And somebody on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page says that maybe one of those guys can go to Detroit with the retiring of Teddy Bridgewater just all of a sudden. But they did sign Josh Dobbs, I'm told. So they've at least got him in there as a backup quarterback to Jared Goff. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't know what's happening with Shedeur, but we will see. That was the other bit of headline, was the Teddy Bridgewater thing. That caught everybody by surprise. And the Lions center.
Yeah.
They're having some trouble at center. Cade Mays is going to miss 8 to 10 weeks with a wrist injury. Man, you look at training camps and you just knock on wood because some sort of a devastating injury. You look at Laramie Tunsil with the Commanders out and possibly for the year, I'm told. I mean, he's going to have surgery on that biceps tear.
Yeah, you look at that. If somehow Washington is in the playoff mix, maybe you see Tunsil back in December. But if they're down and out, kind of like last year, there was no reason to bring Jaden Daniels back, then you shut him down. The highest paid offensive lineman, the contract that he just signed.
The left tackle, too.
Yeah, that's it. You can't call that wasted money because injuries do happen. But what you can call wasted money is the $2.2 billion stadium that they built in Buffalo that made its debut over the weekend to the worst reviews of a new building. Who designed this?
Dude, it almost reminds me a lot of the old Hemisphere Arena. And a lot of you may be too young and you never were in there, but they had seats that they were actually priced because they were called obstructed view seats.
Yeah.
Because in the Hemisphere Arena, they had those, I don't know, what do you call them? They're poles or
poles.
columns or whatever.
Poles. Yeah.
You would actually have to sit and move around to see. Obviously, it was a cheap seat, and they wouldn't charge you full price. But having said all of that, you look at this new stadium, and they were taking pictures of it, and you get an opportunity to go take a look at it. But there are a lot of seats that have that type of obstructed view in a brand new stadium. Who the hell does that?
The idea that, there are some college stadiums that are like this, where like you have some, like the section where the suites are and the cement wall comes out and they've got seats all the way up to that and you miss part of it. And they've got that. And in 2026, those kind of design flaws should not happen. Sometimes when you see, and there's a Twitter handle that has all kinds of weird stadium design flaws, but they're older stadiums, and then you remodel, you add on, and you want that seat, man, it's for sale, but it's going to suck. But the ones that I thought were funny is these seats that, they look like nice seats, but it's right by a glass rail, and you can't see the field.
Not all of it. You see, about half of it. And it's crazy. And you're right, for a brand new stadium, that should not happen. That should never happen. It's just dumb. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. First, they don't put a roof on that thing. And then they have,
and then they
obstructed
roll
views.
out in those alternate uniforms that somebody posted the Pepsi can. It's about right. Sometimes when you see pictures of an alt uniform, you go, man, that's ugly. Then when you see it, you go, well, that's not so bad. Nope. You saw those and went, that's worse than I thought it was going to look.
So you got bad uniforms. You got a bad new stadium.
It's the year for Buffalo, man.
Yeah, I guess, right?
I think I picked them to win the Super Bowl the last 3 years from the AFC.
It's nuts. I'm not picking them this year.
No?
I got the Houston Texans going to the Super Bowl.
You keep saying that.
I'm just saying.
You keep saying that.
Now, yeah, well, I mean, and I put an asterisk on that. It depends on their quarterback.
Well, you can't put an asterisk on it. They're either going to the Super Bowl or they're not.
Well, they're going.
All right. That's your pick.
That's my pick out of the AFC, yes.
You until we do our official picks, you can change your mind.
I reserve the right, yes.
But in reality, you can't say, I'm picking them if their quarterback plays well. Well, I'm picking the Cowboys if playoff Prescott actually plays like regular season Prescott.
Well, let's get the Cowboys to the playoffs first.
Well, again, if I were to say that, what would you say? I reserve depends on their quarterback. Well, of course it depends on their quarterback play.
Well, we saw the quarterback play in the playoffs last year from the Houston Texans, and it was god-awful.
It was like playoff Prescott.
No, it was worse than that. I mean,
that's true.
It's hard for a guy to play with his head up his butt, but CJ was trying to. It's hard to see, CJ, when you got your head up your behind. You got to look downfield.
What?
I hope he has a good year. I really do.
Try to shove it up there.
You're a dumb butt.
I hope he has a good year because if he does, the Texans look primed to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Oh, Pledge doesn't like this Super Bowl talk from you.
He doesn't. Huh?
Stop it.
I understand where he's coming from. That's what I'm telling you about all these so-called experts picking the Cowboys, just thinking, this team, they're great.
Here's the thing. Have you actually heard anybody pick the Cowboys, or do you hear them talking about the Cowboys are going to be in the mix? You know, the Rams are the pick, and then other teams that are going to be in the mix, which is where Houston probably should be in the AFC conversation. But nobody is – I've not heard one person say, you know what, the Cowboys are my Super Bowl pick.
No, nobody's said that.
Okay.
It's a little early for that, but what I am hearing, well, can Dak Prescott lead this team to a Super Bowl?
That's a question.
Yes.
It's a good question.
He can. I believe he can.
Okay. So you answered your own question.
Yeah, but they're all talking about him. It's just like, oh boy, if you see there, Caleb Downs is going to be this, and that offense with Pickens and CD Lamb and Dak Prescott and
Jake Ferguson.
Jake Ferguson. Oh, they don't ever mention him much, and I'm kind of surprised. But
because he's a tight end.
Well, Travis Kelce gets mentioned a lot. George Kittle gets mentioned a lot.
And look at the way those guys play. Look at Gronk. Is all the conversation over the weekend, will Gronk be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yeah. You know what Jake Ferguson isn't? Travis Kelce, a George Kittle, or a Gronkowski. Jake Ferguson's really good. Those guys are great.
Well, I mean, he's still got time.
He's got time.
He's got time.
He does.
If Dak will throw him the football, he falls in love with CD and George Pickens.
Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Let's put it in a perspective that you could relate to. You got 3 chicks in a bikini contest.
Yes.
You've got the gold medal winners up on the top of the pedestal. Then you got your silver medalist, and then your bronze medalist.
Okay.
All 3 medaled, right?
Sure.
Right? You got to pick whichever one you want. Which one are you going for?
Sydney.
Right now, or
just in general, hypothetically?
Well, you're probably going for the gold medal winner.
All right. And in this scenario, Jake Ferguson is the bronze medalist. So you got CD, you got GP, and you got Ferguson.
All right.
Right?
Okay, sure.
So you're going to be mad at Dak that he doesn't throw him the ball enough when you got a gold medal winner up there.
Well, the tight end's supposed to be a security blanket. I mean,
that's it.
So you need a little security.
It's getting close to 2. And, all right, gold medalist, come on, let's go. Nope. All right, bronze medalist. Here we go. You understand that, right?
I got to blame Dak. Here we go. I've been way too nice to Dak Prescott lately. Way too nice.
It's August. He hasn't given you a reason to not be.
Well, this is true.
Wait till October. It will happen.
This is true. Yes. Football is back, man. It is. It is unbelievable. You know what? You know what pisses me off is people that cheat at golf.
Wait, you cheat at golf?
No, I don't. I don't cheat at golf. I mean, I'll take a mulligan here and there, but
I'm cheating at golf.
I make sure I ask. In a friendly game, it's not everybody takes mulligans.
Yeah, a breakfast ball.
When they're always a breakfast ball in the first hole.
Yeah, but that's technically cheating at golf.
Not a bunch of amateurs like us.
Oh, okay.
There's a dude who faked his grandmother's death in order to try and win a pot full of money. Now, what kind of a donkey does that? This guy.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what we're talking about when we continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Still using the I got a guy approach for your digital marketing? Relying on one person in today's rapidly shifting online landscape is costing you more in lost opportunities. You need the deep bench expertise of Conrex Digital. We provide more than just a presence. We deliver results. From high converting websites and SEO to engaging social content and lead generation on Google and Meta, we handle it all. Dominate your competition with expert programmatic and streaming TV campaigns. Bold marketing, real results. Visit conrexdigital.com. Conrex Digital makes it happen.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here, and I've got a question for you. What if every month you had access to a different exotic car? Well, that's what Pascucci Prestige membership is all about. Instead of owning one dream car, you get access to an entire collection of incredible vehicles and concierge-level service. It's luxury without the long-term commitment. You know, if you've ever wondered what it's like to live the exotic lifestyle, this is your chance. Pascucci Prestige. Visit PascucciPrestige.com and book your ride today.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Houston Texans no longer have a punter battle. Apparently that's been settled. The Texans waived undrafted rookie free agent Jack Stonehouse in order to add running back Owen Wright over the weekend. The only punter on the Texans roster now is Kai Kroger, whom the team acquired via trade from the New Orleans Saints last offseason. By the way, the Texans also activated second-year wideout Jalen Noel off the NFI list.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagle. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Monday, happy Monday, everybody. The beginning of a new week, and we are that much closer to football season for real. Happy you're along with us here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and I got to clear something up.
Okay.
Real quick, on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, and this bothers me, so that's why I have to do it. John Silbury says that I teased the no more ACC. I did, but I didn't say that was coming up next. We are going to talk about that, John, at some point in time.
It's a 4-hour show, man.
But I didn't say it was next. So
is he program director now?
Well, maybe he's trying for that job. I don't know, but that's okay. We will get to that because that's an interesting story, John, and I know you're interested in it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that guys like John, they listen. And
on our fancy rundown, it says 3:15.
There you go,
yeah.
John, 3:15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tease ahead, keep you listening longer. You understand that, program director, John.
Now, see, Fred Villarreal, what did I do to these people today? Joe came back cheerleading Dak and the Cowboys. All we need is put me in a cheerleading outfit.
Well, you bought one the other day in Oxnard.
Dude,
there's video of that.
Let me tell you something. Whoever did the AI things of us, I look pretty damn good, Fred, in that cheerleading outfit.
You do, although I can't get over your boobs.
I know. It's crazy what
somebody
Dr.
needs,
Boom Boom Pow can do.
Dr. Genevieve is a magician, a miracle worker.
Yes.
I just can't look at you with boobs.
Well,
I just can't.
I don't have any boobs. I'd be the smallest boob cheerleader on the planet in the history of boob cheerleaders. So
I don't think that's allowed.
Well, exactly.
I saw I don't even know if I should say this. It was a Instagram reel or whatever talking about small boobs. You know, you take off that shirt and it says disappointing as getting a birthday card with no money. Like, oh, that was nice. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Since our headline blitz has several golf stories,
it does.
Let's start with this one. Our golf tournament, our fall golf tournament, will be September 21st out at Silverhorn. Registration starts a week from today, next Monday. That's August 17th. Next Monday, our Fall Golf Classic brought to you by the Lofts of Jesse Hernandez. September 21st. Put that on your calendar now. And then next Monday is the day registration will open. The first 20 people that get signed up will get one of those very, very nice golf towels from Flight by Yingling.
Those are nice.
These golf towels are incredible.
I've got one on my bag.
I've got one on my bag, and everybody that has seen one, oh, dude, where'd you get that towel? Beer Santa. But you will have a chance to get one if you're one of the first 20 to get registered next Monday.
Yes, so keep that in mind. And look, we say this every time, and it happened really quick for our spring golf classic. It's going to sell out, and it's going to sell out quickly. So don't wait around. All right, you've got time now because next week we'll start the registration. Get your team together now.
Yep.
And so as soon as we open that thing up, you can register and get in and make sure that you're going to be there.
Now keep in mind, if you register on Monday and you're like, all right, I'm going to register and I'm going to find 3 dudes. If there's not 3 names on there, that's one towel. That's for you, right? If you get all 4 names, everybody gets a towel, right?
Okay.
If you sign up as an individual, you get a towel.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that works.
Yes.
So, but everybody, every time I'm out, somebody, dude, man, where'd you get that towel? That's it is a very cool towel. And if you look up something similar, they're
expensive.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yes.
And it's yours if you're one of the first 20 to get signed up next Monday. Now, we run a very high-class tournament. Nobody ever cheats in our golf tournament. I mean, we have really good golfers that listen to this radio station. I mean, you might be 35 under and not used a single mulligan. It's incredible how good our golfers are.
It's great.
None of us ever cheat in our tournament, at least not to this level. This is one of the most bizarre stories. Now, I'm not a fancy enough golfer to be at a fancy-ass club where you can do a member tournament.
Those are a lot of fun.
I'm sure they are. And apparently there's a lot of money involved because everybody playing in said tournament throws some money in the hole-in-one pot. And if somebody hits a hole-in-one, they get that bucket of money. So there's a guy. He was teeing off in the first group. Sound like Chris Collinsworth there. Here's a guy.
Here's a guy.
They knew they were going to be the first group. He tells all his friends at the start, my grandma's sick. I might not be able to finish. I will, just a heads up, man.
I got to take a phone call.
Yeah.
If it ever rings, I got to take this phone call.
So they're at number 3. Guy's phoned. Oh, it's my grandma. I'm just going to go up and play 4, and I'll meet you up there while I'm on the phone trying to figure out what's the status of my grandma. Is she with us? Is she not with us? So he gets up to 4. And, yeah, guys, I hit it well. I didn't see where it landed, but, I've already shot. So the other 3 dudes shoot. They get up there, and they see a divot in the green, and his ball is in the cup. He hit a hole-in-one.
He hit a hole-in-one. He gets the pot full of money.
He gets the pot full of money. Nobody saw it.
No. But they were excited for him because they're thinking, well, this dude's not going to lie about that.
No, he hit a hole-in-one. Doesn't that suck? You hit a hole-in-one and nobody saw it, and you didn't even know it until you got up there. And they're all celebrating. But the clubhouse were like, well, hang on, let's check the cameras. Yeah, apparently there's cameras everywhere on a golf course. So how many times you've been taking a leak on a golf course? It's on film somewhere, apparently, at least at this club. Well, they checked the cameras. This guy never shot. There's video of this guy before the tournament. Early enough, he goes out there, makes his divot, and drops the ball in the cup so he could steal this money. He knew that they were the first group. Nobody would get to number 4 before him.
Well, he actually parked his car. There was a maintenance shed. He parked his car behind that. The maintenance shed just happens to be right by that green. I mean, this guy planned this thing out.
I know.
I mean, he was like devious about it. Goes up there, puts the ball in the hole, and then fakes his hole in one. He had it planned out. We're going to use Grandma. She won't mind because I'll give her a cut.
Yeah, well, Grandma doesn't know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say in the story how much money was in this pot. Joe, you're a high class golfer that does these kind of things. What do you think was in there? A couple grand?
I would assume so, probably.
$2 grand, $3 grand, $10 grand?
It was probably worth your while. Now, I don't know how much money each golfer put in there, but you figure $100 maybe a piece, and typically in a tournament like that, if it's, you got foursomes, everybody on a hole, I mean, you could have as many as 100 players out there. Now, I don't think it'd be $100 grand, but.
Yeah, that'd be worth doing it over.
Oh,
but
I
then
guess.
you'd have to have people out there watching, right? I don't know. Don't be that guy.
Well, that's the thing. In a way, I blame the golf tournament guys because they should have had somebody out there. If you're talking about that kind of money.
The integrity of the game.
I mean, somebody's got to be out there helping.
Nobody uses a foot wedge in the.
Well, apparently there's no foot wedge for this guy. He used his hand to put the ball in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
He made a divot and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey.
Very much so.
Was his name Bryson DeChambeau?
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. And don't say a former Spur, because I know what you said in the office. No more of that talk.
00?
Paige Sporaniak shares the one thing a guy has to be good at to date her.
Wow. When I saw that headline, Minix, I'm thinking, God, that's got to be something you got to be good at what? Well, exactly. I mean, so that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be something, and I was very disappointed, honestly.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I was like, that's it?
Just have to be a good golfer.
That's it.
Just be a good golfer. I'm out.
So me too. I can play, but probably not up to that level.
I don't know that you could play with her.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about golf?
Yes.
All right.
I don't think that you would be able to swing your clubs if you were playing around with Paige.
It's possible. Fortunately for you and I, we've had the opportunity to interview her a couple of times, and it's all that's advertised.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
It was difficult to stand up to get the photo after.
In person is just as impressive as pictures.
Maybe even more so.
You go to the Gopher Shack, one of Chip's new places.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a great picture of her in the bar there.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice.
Gopher Shack will be the after party for a golf tournament on September 21st.
Yes, it will be.
Kind of creepy that you know all the photos.
Well, dude.
Inside of a bar. Is it above the urinal?
No, it's not above the urinal. It's right outside of the urinal.
There you go. That understands why you're very familiar with it.
So as you're walking into the men's room, it's right there.
Yeah.
Just bam. Kind of hit you in the face.
My goal is always to have my name on a seat at the bar. Hey, you just get a urinal named after you, Ryan Eagle.
I really should. Hey, I know people over there. I'll have a chat.
Mm-hmm.
And go straight to the top.
Mm-hmm. See that crazy video? Guy on a golf course is taking video. The thunderstorm.
Dude.
He got struck by lightning while taking a video.
Well, you look. And Pledge will back me up on this. If it starts to lightning, the worst place in the world to go is under a tree. That's the worst place to go. And this dude goes under a tree. His buddies are out in the rain. They're just out there just dancing in the rain or whatever the hell they're doing. This guy's under a tree, and, it hits him. And luckily, he's still with us. few minor injuries, but it was crazy video.
Minor because it didn't happen to you.
I guess. Well, I'm not a moron who's going to go stand under a tree in a thunderstorm. Yeah, I have a lot of faults, Minix, mentally, but that's not one of them.
I'm not a moron. That's a line that you just used.
Well, I'm not.
But it's better just to stay out in the open fairway?
Well, yeah, you don't want to have your golf club in your hand either.
Okay,
because
good.
That's like a human lightning
Well,
rod.
that's what I was saying. I mean, the smart thing to do is put your golf clubs away.
The smart thing to do is get your butt back to the clubhouse and,
Where there's
you
beer.
finish later.
Yes.
Yes. Well, you're a moron if you don't have beer in your cart.
Again, you're getting out of the rain.
Oh, my goodness.
Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about this ACC story, make John Sobery happy?
Yes, John Sobery, just for you, buddy. You hung around long enough to get to the ACC story. This is interesting, though, because it all goes back to this Protect College Sports bill that didn't get passed, but probably will in September after our politicians take a 5-week vacation. You know, that's how can I get a 5-week vacation?
Work here long enough and you can.
Not all at once.
Nah, boy, could you imagine if I took 5 weeks off all at once?
Well, people probably wouldn't want you to come back.
No. If I'm gone for a day, I go, where you at? Where you at?
Yeah. Your wife doesn't count.
No, she knows where I'm at.
We'll talk about the ACC and what might happen to it if this particular bill passes. And it's not good news for the ACC. We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need promotional items made, you need to get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing over on San Pedro. Golf shirts, fishing shirts, dress shirts. You know, Sam has all the big name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. Even carries a full line of Tommy Bahama. You need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need caps, he has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands, including the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. And his new sign shop can do your signs, banners, flags, car magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. Nobody has better pricing. No order too big, no order too small. And you know Sam is the only company in Texas that offers a one-day turnaround. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
One swing changes the game. One call changes the conversation.
Thank you for taking my call.
We're here for both. Covering MLB all season long. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in-store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hop in a John Deere Gator XUV for a day's work. Let's see what's on the to-do list. There goes the tree. And the fence. Not a problem. Because you've got a cargo box filled with solutions. Up to 4,000 pounds of towing capacity. And you're ready to roll.
The power's out!
Here we go again. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday. Learn more at johndeere.com/Gator XUV. Nothing runs like a deer.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
The Golics are back. Catch them tomorrow morning at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah, the great Robert Earl Keane is going to join us here on the Blitz tomorrow about 2:15. He's got a big show coming to San Antonio, I guess to Floor's Country Store.
Labor Day weekend.
All right.
I remember a few years ago I went out. It was his retirement tour.
Dude, these guys never retire. How many times has George Strait retired? Or said that was his last concert?
Well, that's it. But his Labor Day weekend event coming up, so we'll talk to REK about that.
Looking forward to that conversation tomorrow afternoon. So make your plans to join us for that conversation as well. Interesting stuff about the college football bill that it didn't get passed. And a big reason for that was because some of the members of Congress were trying to throw in little amendments. One of the amendments that I think got thrown in is going to be a keeper is that teams can actually switch conferences.
This is where politics gets in the way of everything. When you look at and you think about what we talked about, what was it, Thursday, Friday, with Jay Paterno, who has done a lot of work on this bill. And he kept saying, so many people kept throwing some stuff in there that was causing some roadblocks, a little bit of a roller coaster, because that's what happens to bills is it starts with this and then somebody will add something in and say, and everybody's trying to get a little bit of theirs. Well, Ross Dellinger from Yahoo says that a politician from Florida, Ashley Moody, a senator from Florida, wanted to put something in there about realignment because there was already something about non-realignment in there and capping leagues at 19 teams. Well, Florida State and Miami, because they've got money and they want those bigger TV deals that are available in places like the SEC and the Big Ten. And given what you have in the ACC, since they couldn't land Notre Dame, Florida State and Miami might want out. And this bill would keep that from happening. So Ashley Moody said, well, I'm going to throw something in there so it can happen. And that's a big part of it. But if Miami and Florida State were to leave the ACC
is the Pac-12.
Is the Pac-12.
I mean, seriously. Those are the two biggest schools in there, and you figure you get a Miami and a Florida State going to the SEC, perhaps.
Well, you got Clemson.
Well, I guess, but hell, they'd probably want to move too. And I don't know how I feel. I think eventually, although this bill, the way I understand it, is there can be no super conferences. That's what's going to happen if this is left in there. It's going to happen. You're going to have the Big Ten and the SEC and everybody else.
When you look at, I mean, there are a lot of teams in the ACC, which is kind of crazy. I mean, Florida State, Miami, obviously Clemson. Don't forget North Carolina. SMU is in there. You know, Pitt had a really good part of the season. You look at Wake Forest, there are a ton of teams in the ACC. I can't imagine that this conference would fold and go away. I mean, it's better than the revamped Pac-12 as it is. But when you look at like those major schools and power, I mean, Miami, obviously playoff team last year. They've got the money to where they could stay consistent. SMU should certainly stay in that mix as well. Clemson is always seemingly right up there and have won some titles with Dabo. When I read that, I was like, there's no way the ACC would go away. But then again, I didn't think the Pac-12 would go away. You know, when you look up and you go, oh, did you realize that the Cal Golden Bears are in the ACC? Cal. I mean, they had to go somewhere. I didn't realize that until I just looked it up or remember that. I probably did realize it, but, you know, at some point, really. Well, Stanford and Cal both went to the ACC because they had to go somewhere to go.
Well, Stanford has been bad lately, and Cal has as well. Stanford had its moment in the sun not too long ago where they had some decent teams, but they're not very good. North Carolina, every now and then.
Oh, come on.
Look, if Florida State and Miami leave, the only team worth anything in that league is Clemson. I mean, in all honesty,
Louisville has their moments. They
get Lamar Jackson back.
I mean, you know, Duke kind of sometimes has their moments. It's a great basketball conference,
sure,
but in football, I mean, and so when you look at it, you sit there and you go, well, I mean, I'm not sure what this lady is doing and what she is hearing, but you know, even with the cap of 19 teams. ACC, most logical target for the Power 2 conferences. And, you know, could we actually get to the point, and if Notre Dame somehow says they're not going to stay independent, could the SEC and the Big Ten get rid of their bottom feeders and add the top teams from the ACC, and basically it becomes Power 2, which, quite honestly, I don't know that I'd be mad at. I mean, make them both even better. I mean, and then you go back to what was said at media days. We need to go with an NFL model, you know, have 48 to 60 teams and go in some sort of divisions like you've got the AFC and the NFC, just with college names to them, and create some divisions and just go with the top in 48 and 60 were the numbers used. And then everybody else, I don't know what you do, but basically, you just have the minor leagues of the NFL, and you follow the NFL system.
I think it's a great idea, and I would like to see it. The problem is, what would Notre Dame do if they were forced to join a division? Oh, my gosh. They might riot. They might start their own league. We're Notre Dame. We're just going to play ourselves for 12 games.
I mean, ACC has apparently the worst of the TV deals, and it runs through 2036, which is why Florida State has wanted out for a while. But for whatever reason, they haven't been able to go. The Protect College Sports Act has a long way to go now before it become a law. But and you even wonder if it actually will become a law. But if the senator is trying to figure out a way to give their schools the opportunity to have a little grace period to be able to get out, they're going. And that's ultimately what could happen here.
No, I think it could. It depends on if this thing gets passed when they get back in September. Obviously, it won't affect this year, but it could very well kick in for next year, and then we'll see what happens. And with a 180-day grace period, if this makes it into the final bill and it's passed, you're going to see a lot of movement right away, I think. And I really believe that. And so it's going to be crazy. You talk about chaos before it gets better. That could be interesting. My goodness. I wish they had the wherewithal to pass that thing before they left for a 5-week vacation.
we knew it was up against the deadline. We had Jay Paterno on the show late last week, and I would imagine, although it's politics, based on what he said, he thought it was going to get done.
Mm-hmm.
The senator from Washington and Senator Cruz, one Republican, Cruz, and the one from Washington, he said when that started, there was a huge gulf between them, and they were the two pushing it forward, and they had come together to create this bipartisan bill. He used the term, can't imagine they're going to be on the 2-yard line and let the clock run out. It did.
It did. It did. So they've got to go to overtime 5 weeks from now. Unbelievable.
And what will it look like then?
Well, I'm sure there will be more added to it, or at least tried to add to it. But, look, all of these politicians are trying to look good at home. And so Ashley Moody wants to look good at home.
Mm-hmm.
To the Miami faithful and the Florida State faithful.
Well, of course.
So there you go. You can't blame her for trying, I guess, but everybody else is going to do that as well. We're going to take a break. When we come back, there are some coaches that are on the hot seat in the NFL, and some more so than others. And did you know you can bet on it? There are actually odds.
Of course you can bet on it.
There are odds, and I find that interesting. And you might find it interesting with one particular name that's got pretty good odds to be on the hot seat and be fired. I couldn't believe it when I saw it, but we'll tell you and we'll let you decide when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Want to talk to you about a group of folks that will never be fired because they are absolutely the best in the business, and I'm talking about Stevens Roofing and Solar. Stevens Roofing and Solar, first and foremost, the folks that own this company are just the nicest people you'll ever want to meet. They will treat you like family immediately. They certainly did with me, and I appreciated it. They've been in business for a long, long time. In fact, since 1983, they've been in business here in San Antonio and South Texas. It really should tell you everything you need to know about Stevens Roofing and Solar, what they do and how they operate because, well, you know as well as I do, you don't stay in business that long. If you're not doing it right, they've been in business a long, long time, and they ain't going anywhere. If you think there's something wrong with your roof, whether it's between the rain that we had a few weeks ago or the hot sun that's beating down on your roof now, you just want to get it checked out to make sure that everything's okay. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They'll send a crew out to your house. They'll check everything, make sure everything is how it should be. And, well, if they find something, they're going to let you know. And hopefully they find a small problem. They can get it taken care of before it turns into a big problem. By the way, they'll do that for free under no obligation. All right, so just saying, they'll come out and check your roof for free. It's an incredible deal. Solar panels, they've started doing that. If you've been thinking about solar panels, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company you need to remember. They're the absolute best. Don't call anybody else. 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
Mini camps, contract drama, way too early predictions. Football season never really leaves. It just changes clothes. Let's go, let's go! 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Chris's Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
What if one smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners? For this month only, buy a Connecticut water softener and receive a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station at your kitchen sink, plus 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning product. That means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, dish soap, all-purpose cleaners, and more for a full 5 years. Now, you can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances or select fragrance-free options for your family. Connecticut gives your home better water, helps protect your plumbing and appliances, and is built to be the last water softener you'll ever own. But this offer ends August the 31st, and once August is over, the 5-year Pure and Gentle package is gone forever. Make the wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today for better water quality, a free K5 drinking station, and 5 years of essentials. 5 years of soaps and cleaners. One limited time. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE.
ConnecticutSA.com. Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Don't miss the AJ and Rob Show tomorrow morning starting at 6. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Don't miss the rest of the Blitz because we're going to make it worth your while. It is a Mellow Monday, by the way, so we do have a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. It's coming up at some point in time during this fine broadcast. It's a little early yet, Minix, so we're going to let them hang on a little while because a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom is a fine prize.
It's also a little early to be thinking about the NBA schedule.
Yeah.
But it will be released in full on Thursday.
On Thursday.
But, they're stealing from the NFL. They're tomorrow going to announce the opening week and Christmas Day games.
Very cool.
So
I'm sure the Spurs will be involved. Well, I know they'll be in the opening week, but certainly Christmas Day as well.
Well, that's the question. Obviously, I think Philadelphia is going to be the prime Christmas Day game. Against who becomes the question. Could it be Philly against the Lakers? Could it be Philly against the Knicks? Or is it going to be Spurs and the Knicks on Christmas Day? Or could it be Spurs and OKC on Christmas Day? And where? Here or there?
Wow.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow.
How about that? All right, looking forward to that. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Yeah, let's get it out there. Well, now we can't wait. Before it's like, okay.
Dude, the anticipation for this Spurs season is off the charts. And again, go win it all this year. It's part of it. It also feels a little early to be betting on which coach gets fired first. Although it's August, haven't played a preseason game yet except for two guys. Neither one of them are going to get fired, at least right away. But when I look at it from Bet Online, they sent this email out. Who will be the first NFL coach fired? Last year, it was Brian Callahan of the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, he was awful, by the way.
Well, and again, sure, rookie quarterback, low expectations. If you watched Quarterback on Netflix, just the way that whole thing went down was kind of interesting. Aaron Glenn has the best odds, 2-1. With the New York Jets.
They had to put odds on what week. Is it going to be after week 1?
I would imagine you could probably find a place where they go deep odds. But
I would imagine so.
But Aaron Glenn has the best odds to be the first coach fired. Todd Bowles in Tampa Bay is second. Zach Taylor in Cincinnati is third.
That's where I'd put my money. If they start out slow again, Zach Taylor's gone.
Shane Steichen with the Colts is fourth on the list.
Interesting.
Fifth on the list at 10-1 odds. Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer.
That one actually shocked me because I'd be surprised. But we were talking before the show. Look, for whatever reason, after all the moves that have been made, after all the talent that's been brought in, if the Cowboys somehow, some way don't make the playoffs, I could see a scenario where Brian Schottenheimer would be fired.
I can't. I honestly cannot see a scenario that Brian Schottenheimer is fired at any point during the season. And I'll tell you one reason why. There's not a former head coach on this coaching staff. Now, Jerry has been operating very differently this offseason. He went and hired a coordinator that wasn't a prior head coach. That's normally what he does. But there is not another former head coach on this staff, and you look at how young this staff got, I can't imagine, even if the Dallas Cowboys were off to a brutal start, that Jerry Jones, who doesn't like to pay people not to work, would fire a coach. Then again, when you look at their schedule, and it's certainly not an easy schedule, because you start at New York, then you got Washington, then you go to Rio to play Baltimore, then you come back to play Houston, then you got Tampa Bay, then Green Bay, then Philadelphia, then Arizona, right? It's not an easy schedule by any stretch of the imagination. But unless they were sitting there at 0-6, 0-7, I can't imagine Jerry doing that. I mean, even how difficult it was for him to fire Wade Phillips in the middle of the season. And that team was bad. What were they, 1-7 when he fired Wade? And even then, he said that was one of the hardest things that he had ever done.
Well, I don't know that he'd get fired mid-season, but I could see a scenario, Jason, if the Cowboys fail miserably, especially now that everybody's talking about them. Everybody's talking about the Dallas Cowboys and how much better they're going to be, and they're going to win the NFC East, and they're going to make a playoff run. And if they don't do all of those things, I could see a scenario where Jerry would say, hey, man, I brought in all these stuff and picked some fine groceries, and you screwed up dinner.
I again, at the end of the season when they're reevaluating, that's another conversation than being the first head coach fired. In the middle of the season, Jerry Jones, who's only fired a coach one time in the middle of the year, is at 10-1 odds. It surprises me that Schottenheimer is on the list, other than it's the Cowboys, but also with no prior head coach on there. You know, like imagine last year's defense was really good or decent, and Matt Eberflus was around for year number 2, and they got off to that bad start. Schotty, you're out. Eberflus, you're up. That would be a scenario in which I'd say, all right, this makes sense. They're not going to make Christian Parker the head coach. They're not going to make the special teams guy the head coach. They're not going to make Steven the head coach. So, like that's the biggest thing for me is there's nobody on this staff that has been a head coach before. It's quite interesting because, you know, Schotty at 10-1, Dan Quinn's at 12-1.
I understand that. He's
more fireable than Brian Schottenheimer.
I would think so.
Nick Sirianni, that dude's been to 2 Super Bowls and won one, yet there's always questions about him. Vrabel, based on what they said, what Mike Tomlin said during the Hall of Fame game, kind of makes that one seem a little bit more at 16-1 for Vrabel. If they get off to a bad start, the whole Diana Rossini thing is a huge topic of conversation. If they get off to a great start, nobody's ever going to talk about it again.
You know, I saw an article the other day that the Athletic still has not completed their investigation into what happened there. And you wonder if they will.
What are they investigating? 2 grown people had sex.
Well, I don't know.
Let's move on.
They're investigating.
I mean, what could they possibly do to her at this point? Nothing, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. What? I mean, or to him either, for that matter. I guess they could fire him, but.
Well, the Patriots?
The Patriots, I mean, and they're not going to.
Well, I mean, it's not like he had a vote. I mean, again, 2 grown people having sex. You shouldn't lose your job for that, Spurs. But I don't know what they're investigating unless they're trying to figure out how they need to update their HR manual and get everybody to sign it.
Maybe that's it. Could be.
You know, if you cover a beat and you write about somebody, you can't have sex with them. All right, check.
Which I guess you should know. Hey, but it made Diana Rossini famous in a lot of ways because there are rumors out there. There are unsubstantiated rumors, and I'm just saying this because there are rumors that A lot of her breaking news happened because of secrets in the bedroom.
I mean,
hey, you've got assets. Sometimes you got to use them.
Insider info is obtained in all kinds of ways.
It really is. So, I
don't know. I honestly, what could they be investigating unless she has filed some sort of lawsuit with an employment attorney for wrongful termination?
That's possible. Yeah, it's very possible. We thought the same thing about Jacob Toby.
Yep.
Because that was suggested, and I'm guessing that maybe that's not happening because we haven't heard a lot from Jacob Toby since he was fired.
It's just smart of Jacob Toby.
Probably so.
You hire an attorney and let them do all the talking behind closed doors.
I don't know if that's happened or not, but it'll be interesting. And Diana Rossini, she's either not looking or hasn't had any job offers, although I did see something that Barstool was said they'd hire in a heartbeat.
Although I wonder if she has any kind of non-compete, whether you're fired or not, that you have to sit out for so long, because
that's possible.
It certainly is.
It is
a possibility.
Yeah.
And next football season she could be back on the beat.
Could be.
Who knows? Kevin O'Connell is on the list at 18-1. Now, KOC is his reputation with quarterbacks. His offense, you got the best wide receiver, but by all accounts, Kyler Murray's not running away with the job there, and they still can't figure out J.J. McCarthy. And Kevin O'Connell let Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones walk out of that building to go with J.J. McCarthy. That was his call. If J.J. McCarthy can't be the guy and Kyler Murray's not the guy, don't you have to look at KOC and hold him ultimately responsible?
I think you have to. And again, you can second-guess these guys, and they saw something that in J.J. McCarthy that they thought was worthwhile. But I was just scratching my head when they drafted that dude. I mean, he didn't throw 10 passes at Michigan, did he? And obviously he threw more than that, but I'm just saying they ran the football. They were a running football team. J.J. McCarthy, to me, was just not impressive other than he just didn't screw things up. And they had a hell of a defense, and I don't know what they were thinking. But they drafted him, 12th overall, something, or was he a top 10 guy? I mean, it was something like I'm going, whoa, you got to be kidding me. What do they see in this guy that the rest of us don't?
Yeah, everybody else on the list, like Robert Saleh, first year in Tennessee, 25-1. Jim Harbaugh.
Saleh's not going to get fired after one.
Harbaugh, Kellen Moore, and Mike McCarthy are all 33-1. DeMeco Ryans is 50-1. Kevin Stefanski in Atlanta is 80-1. And then everybody else is 100, 150, 200, or even Mike McDonald and Sean McVay are the safest at 500-1.
Interesting.
Liam Cohen at 300-1.
Huh. Well, he had a hell of a year last year,
he did.
Turning that team around.
But again, kind of, all right, Aaron Glenn, Todd Bowles, Zach Taylor. Those are the three to keep an eye on for first coach fired. But for Brian Schottenheimer to be number 5 on the list, I find comical. And I realize, when they're putting odds together, you have to have some long shots, and you have to have something that could create a little bit of action. But it's got to make sense.
Well, he's not really a long shot. 10-1?
10-1?
I mean,
he's 5th.
That's not a long shot in any way, stretch of. I think Aaron Glenn's going to be fired because the Jets are going to suck again. And they're going to blame Aaron Glenn, and maybe rightly so, but he's going to be fired. But he'll get a job as a DC somewhere. With what he did at Detroit, I mean, he'll get a job somewhere and be a defensive coordinator. Todd Bowles probably, I guess it depends on the start they get off to and how their season plays out. But he's been on the hot seat for a couple of years now. So my bet, if I'm a betting man, and I am,
you are,
I'm taking the 7-1 odds on Zach Taylor.
All right, see, that makes sense. But you wouldn't take 10-1 odds on Brian Schottenheimer?
No, I wouldn't, because I don't think the Cowboys are going to have a bad year. Unless injuries just devastate that team. That'd be the only way that I could see. And then do you blame the head coach if that happens? So, no, I don't think Schottenheimer should be on there. I think Dan Quinn is another candidate that I might even throw some coin down on at 12-1 because I think it's a make-or-break season possibly for a Dan Quinn. It's going to be interesting to see how some of these teams prepare. And if Jaden Daniels comes back, although you lose Laramie Tunsil, which is a huge loss for that football team, and your center there too, by the way, for a long period of time, they're already devastated by injury. You talk about a guy that maybe should be on there is the head coach in San Francisco. You talk about a team decimated by injury early on. They're getting killed.
Well, and I mean, and then you got all the stuff with the accident. There is a belief in Kyle Shanahan. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to get fired. And sometimes you look at, Christian McCaffrey, sore right now, and all the talk about that electrical plant that they practice next to, is that causing injuries, which maybe, because you think about, with everything that we know about health now, and breaking news, Pledge. Big time. Jerry Jones getting work done. Quinnen Williams signs a 3-year, $105.9 million extension with the Dallas Cowboys.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Quinnen Williams. That's excellent, because that dude is for real.
Well, and again, I think that circles back to this Cowboy defense. All the talk about last year's defense, they're gone. I mean, when you look at last year's defense that was piss poor and that staff, they are all gone. Very few holdovers. What is there? I mean, there could be 3 rookies starting on this defense, but you're going to have, 7, 8 new starters on the defense that weren't in training camp last year. Quinnen Williams came over, mid-season. Kenny Clark came over with the Micah Parsons trade.
Yep.
So technically they were a part of last year's team, but not all the way through. And Quinnen Williams, Steven talked about it, Jerry talked about it. I mean, that was a guy they made the trade for and they wanted to keep. 3 years, $105 million. Haven't seen what the guarantees part are yet, but that's a hell of a commitment on the defensive side for Jerry Jones.
Well, without a doubt, and a good one, I think, because this guy is going to, obviously going to be around for a while.
$101 million guaranteed on a $105.9 million deal.
Damn.
That's damn near 100% guaranteed.
Why don't you just guarantee the whole damn thing then?
Jerry had to win somewhere.
I guess so.
You got 100 guaranteed over 3 years.
Wow. Well, that's a good for Quinnen Williams. This guy is the real deal, though. It's going to be difficult to run the football against the Cowboys. With Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams down low in the middle of that line, it's going to be very difficult to run the football. If Rashawn Gary turns out to be anything at all, and I'm not sure. To me, the jury's still out on Rashawn Gary. I'm not sure about that guy. But if he turns out to be anything at all, and Donovan Ezeraku can rush the quarterback, maybe they don't need to go out and find an edge rusher. Maybe they feel like they've got somebody. And us talking to Donovan Ezeraku the other day, that dude is on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He was very disappointed with the defensive effort last year, and if that means anything at all, maybe he has a good year. Maybe he will be the pass rusher that they're looking for. Again, Rashawn Gary, I just don't know. To me, the jury's still out on that guy.
Well, I mean, we'll see. But, I mean, you look at Quinnen Williams. Adam Schefter says most guarantees at signing for a defensive tackle in NFL history. $35 million average per year, 101 total guaranteed, 63.35 fully guaranteed at signing.
Wow.
Dude is buying dinner tonight.
Yes, he is. Dak Prescott will even ask him to buy dinner. Are you kidding me? That's wow. Good for Quinnen Williams. And that is big-time breaking news. And the Cowboys, well, not waiting around. That's it's just been a bizarre year, has it not? Completely different for the Jones family and how they're operating right now.
Well, and shout out to agent Nicole Lynn. I mean, she has come on strong. Jalen Hurts was her first really big client, like big client, but she just got that record deal for Bijan Robinson the other day, backing up the Brinks truck, and she's got several other big name clients as well. And for her to get that done with Jerry is pretty incredible. How she's, I think she's Myles Garrett's agent as well.
Oh, interesting. If that's the case, I'm seeing still some holdovers, and it's the comments on the Quinnen Williams signing it, but they couldn't pay Micah Parsons. The reason they are as improved as they are because they didn't pay Micah Parsons. That was a win all the way for the Dallas Cowboys, as it turns out now. As much crap as Jerry got for that and what they have done with the flexibility that they have because they didn't sign Micah Parsons, it is a 100% win for the Dallas Cowboys. And anybody that's still holding a grudge for that, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, again,
it was the right move to make, and we're seeing it now.
When it was. And go back and listen to our conversation last week with Brian Schottenheimer. Now, you can interpret what Schotty said in a variety of ways, but he talked about getting the right guys in the locker room. And everything that he talked about with the players that are coming in sounded very Spur-like, if you will.
Yep.
And getting rid of some guys that maybe you don't want to, but they don't fit the locker room culture. And you've heard it from everybody that has been in Oxnard or around this Cowboys team all the time. There's a different feel, a different vibe out there. And sometimes you win with addition by subtraction. And the Cowboys have certainly done that. Micah Parsons is a great player. That doesn't mean he was a great teammate. And Brian Schottenheimer, and I'm paraphrasing, and in what I interpreted from his comments were, we hated to lose Micah Parsons, but we needed to get rid of Micah Parsons.
Exactly right.
Now, he did not say those words. That's how I interpreted them. But you go back and listen. So when you say, man, they can find the money for him, but not Micah, and then you listen to what the coach said and what others, 2 + 2 is still 4, right? I mean, you can draw that conclusion.
Well, sure, but it's not even that, Jason. The fact that they don't pay Micah Parsons and the flexibility they got, 2 first-round draft picks from Green Bay, plus a Kenny Clark. So you're able to go out and get a Quinnen Williams. You're able to go out and improve this defense, and you get lucky, at which you've got to do in the draft to get a Caleb Downs. It is a 100% win for the Dallas Cowboys. It was the right move to make. Jerry caught hell for it, but I tell you what, Jerry Jones is smiling right now because that trade makes all this other stuff doable. And so it was absolutely the right thing to do. And Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and Will McClay ought to be applauded for that trade. They 100% should be applauded for that trade because it has turned the Cowboys defense completely around. You've got Micah Parsons and you pay Micah Parsons. Yeah, you've got a hell of a pass rusher, but you don't have anything else. And you're still poor against the run and your defense still sucks. That's what happens if you pay Micah Parsons. So congratulations.
Quack, fade him.
Congratulations to Jerry Jones and company for that 100% excellent trade that you made to get rid of Micah Parsons. We got a lot more to do here. I'd love to hear your comments on that. Honestly, if anybody's still holding a grudge because they traded Micah Parsons, oh, my goodness. If you are, I want to hear from you. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Boy, we got a lot to talk about, a lot more to do, including I haven't heard from the mayor. Doesn't she have one of those listening sessions?
Why do you want to ruin a good thing, man?
Doesn't she have one of those listening sessions tonight?
I don't know.
I think I was supposed to go to that thing. It's on Military South.
Are you going to go? Northwest Military.
I wouldn't mind going.
Yeah?
I really wouldn't.
Well, you're going to be hungry. You're going to reasons or excuses.
I may have to do that. I don't know. It's possible. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast? Of course you do. You know, the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online. Just go to mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. They have offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Blitz, 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows, plus 0 down, 0 interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Heartburn. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Because nothing is worse than heartburn after a long day. When you're finally off the clock, dinner's done, feet kicked up, kids asleep, and boom, heartburn tries to steal the moment. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Because nothing works faster for heartburn relief. The effervescent tablets start neutralizing acid in seconds, so you can sit back, relax, and unwind from your day. Next time heartburn hits,
quick, Alka-Seltzer.
Use as directed.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, congratulations to the Bernie Little Leaguers. They win today. I believe 4-1 is the win, and it means they're off to Williamsport. According to my good friend Jason Minix over here, he tells me that the team that were supposed to play tomorrow, ineligible player, so it doesn't matter. Bernie's win today. They are off to the Little League World Series. And the Protect the College Sports Act failed to reach a vote during an all-night session. It will be rescheduled for September.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. We're getting another week started. It means we're a week closer to the NFL season getting underway. College football season, too, for that matter. But we're happy you're joining us here on The Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on this Monday afternoon. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And, well, if you're with us at Sports Center, the Bernie Little Leaguers off to the college or the Little League World Series.
Yeah, what's interesting is, they win the game. I don't know, because Pledge's head is in the way when I'm looking through the TV. I thought it said 4-1, but Don Harris tweeted out 4-3. Either way,
4-3. Okay.
Either way, they win the game. They beat Louisiana. Don tweeted earlier, today's winner was supposed to play Oklahoma tomorrow night in the Southwest Regional Championship, but Tulsa, they used an ineligible player. So today's winner goes to Williamsport. It was Bernie with the win. So second time in 3 years, the Bernie Little Leaguers are heading off to Williamsport for the Little League World Series.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's excellent. Congratulations to them. I know the girls from Helotes had a nice little run, too, in the Girls Little League World Series. And so congrats to them. There's some good baseball around here.
Absolutely. There's some great baseball around here. And, of course, the other big news involving your Dallas Cowboys is that Quentin Williams signs a huge contract, 3-year extension worth $105.9 million. Keep in mind, and you might have seen photos of this, Nicole Lynn was at Cowboys practice last week in Oxnard. A lot of photos there. And, of course, a lot of speculation about is the deal about to get done, and it is. And you wonder, with that kind of investment, anybody that's wondering about Max Crosby, got to figure out the math on that and see if they could figure that in. By the way, Don Harris tweeted 4-3. Chuck McIntyre said 4-1, which on Twitter, which is what I thought I saw on the TV. But again, with the closed captioning and that, I was just going on Don.
Either way, they won. So that's all that matters.
Don's never wrong. Ask him. So, I mean, I don't know what to believe.
Well, I don't know. That's a battle over there because they work together.
They work together.
Chuck and Don. They may be fighting it out later. Who knows?
I like 4-1 better.
My money's on McIntyre.
Yeah, when it comes to baseball, definitely.
Absolutely, that guy. Or rock and roll music. Either way, he's an expert.
Yes, he is.
Well, congratulations to them. And, again, congratulations to Quentin Williams as well because, boy, that's a hell of a deal. Almost fully guaranteed extension. Now, keep in mind, that won't go into effect until next year. Correct?
Correct.
Because it is an extension.
Yep.
So that would mean to me that maybe a Max Crosby is still doable. I don't know.
So I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a regular at Shake Shack. Are you a regular at Shake Shack?
I am not.
I've been to them. But I'm not a regular at Shake Shack. But have you seen this video going around? There's a crazy video going around that a guy says, and his wife told him this, so he videoed it. If you don't leave a tip on the little kiosk thing, the price goes up.
Really?
That's some BS, isn't it?
Yes.
And so he did this thing on video, and you're watching the price change.
My wife says that if you don't tip at Shake Shack, they make it more expensive per item, so we're about to find out.
Oh, no. I ordered 2 shakes, just like before.
See, $5.99.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, see that? Okay. Right here. No.
Uh-oh, there's been a pricing update on one of more of your card items. Please review.
Everything jumped.
Everything just went up 50 cents.
Every item went up by 50 cents. Making sure everybody knows, do not go there.
You know, and I agree with that. Look, if you want to tip, in a lot of situations you should, and I'm all for tipping servers and people that work in that industry. But if you don't want to, the price shouldn't be raised.
Well, that's it. I mean, aren't tips optional?
Yes.
And if I'm ordering at a machine What am I tipping? Who am I tipping? All right? And where is that money actually going? When you're working or you're in where there's a server and or a bartender, obviously you want to tip there. But when because you know that they're making a couple bucks an hour plus tips. But when you're looking at somebody behind a counter that are getting a full hourly wage, what are you actually tipping for? Right? Now, there are places where, and every spot is a little bit different. Sometimes, that's a pool of money that gets divided amongst everybody from the cooks and the people in the back to, the people that are cleaning the tables and all that. But again, tipping is optional. And again, you go to places now and you want 15, 20%, 22%, they give you options.
Yeah.
But their machine changes. Now, the one thing on that video that I was okay with is it pops up on a screen, some of your prices changed in your cart. So you are fully aware that they are changing the prices before you check out.
But what are you going to do? You've ordered, you're hungry. What, are you going to leave?
Well, maybe. You could leave, or what they added was still cheaper than what the tip would have been. But my question then is, does that extra charge, changing of the prices, everything went up 50 cents. Does that go to the people? Is that Shake Shack saying, you know what, if Joe's not going to take care of you, we will. We're just going to raise the price, and that's going to you.
Unbelievable. I'm hoping that the change in price goes to who you were going to tip in the first place. If it's just Shake Shack just making extra money because you didn't want to tip, then that's not right.
No, it's wrong on every level. The price should be the price.
Well, it really should be. That's ridiculous. I don't know. Do we have Shake Shacks here in San Antonio?
Yeah, there's one over on San Pedro.
Well, I won't ever be there. I'll tell you that right now.
I've been there, but it's just I saw a deal the other day. Somebody was complaining about some pro athlete about the tipping society, and he's like, why do I have to pay 20% on an Uber Eats delivery? Because it's 20% if you have a $250 order or a $20 order, and the delivery guy's doing the exact same job, right? They're going to bring it, whether it's, and all right. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way, but.
Well, I guess you don't have to tip that much. You get an option. I use Uber Eats. You get an option as to what you tip. It's the same for a regular Uber.
Well, sure. But what his point is, a percentage for an Uber Eats delivery, the guy is doing the exact same job, whether he's bringing $20 worth of food or $250 worth of food.
Well,
right? But your 20% is greatly different.
I see what you're saying, but so how do you solve that problem?
Well, that's what he was asking, and he's right. That seems to sound logic. You're doing the exact same thing. It's not like if you are at a restaurant and you're getting a $20 meal and it's just you. If you've got a couple people there and your bill's $250, that server's working a lot harder for that $250 or for that 20% versus the guy that's walking in a store picking up a bag and then walking out of the store and then driving to your house. That's the same thing. I'm typically a very good tipper, but then I thought about that. Dude's right.
Well, if I'm going to a restaurant and you have a server who is serving you and bringing you stuff, and then I love to tip them and take care of them.
Yes.
But I'm kind of with you. If I'm at a machine and I'm putting in my order myself, exactly, who are you tipping?
Well, because the guy in the back that's making the food, that's doing all the work, is getting a normal hourly wage. He's not the like a typical restaurant worker or bar worker that's low wage plus tips. I don't know.
That's just crazy.
But changing the price seems very wrong.
Well, it does, and I'll tell you what. For me, although I've never been there anyway, I never will be.
Yeah.
That just pisses me off.
Well, and then the other part, like a lot of businesses do this now, and it doesn't bother me. They pass along the surcharge for using your credit card.
Right.
Everybody does that now. That doesn't bother me because you realize how much money ultimately that would be for a business, and so that is supposed to keep prices down, right? I don't know.
I don't get it either, Jason.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Wait, is this true? I forgot this. So Pledge is reminding us that Diana Rossini's husband, Kevin Goldschmidt, he's a bigwig up there at Shake Shack. See, she's cheating on her husband, and he's cheating on the customers.
Well, he's pissed off. He's got to take it out on somebody, I guess. And he's taking it out on us.
Stop.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't get it. It's just nuts. Quentin Williams is a rich man today. By the way, according to Adam Schefter, he still has 2 seasons remaining on his previous deal. So he's locked in until 2030, according to this. And gets $63 million immediately. Total guarantees $101 million. So he's a very rich man today, and props to him. We'll see what happens, but you think he'd get pissed off if he went to Shake Shack and they upped the price on him?
I might not even notice. And most people probably wouldn't notice, except for they tell you they're changing the price. That's the only redeeming thing about this whole story is on the kiosk, it did show that they were changing the price of the menu items.
Well, I think they probably have to do that. You can't just sneak that in there.
So you're paying more for not leaving a tip. But it's total BS. I'm with you.
Well, I would get pissed off, but I've already ordered, and I'm hungry, and I don't want to get in the car and drive somewhere.
So for $1.50 or more or whatever it is,
and then I would never go back.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, let's talk a little bit more about Quentin Williams and what that deal means to the Cowboys, and just the way they're operating, Jason, is incredible. Unbelievable. Cowboys football when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
They say 40 is the new 20 because guys in their 40s, 50s, and 60s have testosterone levels of their 20s. You too can if you get into Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss and take the free testosterone test. Especially if you've been tired, low energy, reduced sex drive, brain fog, easy for me to say, decreased motivation, mood changes. All of that could be low testosterone. So you want to know what that number is. Go get your levels checked. Again, the testosterone test is free. You know your age, you know your weight, you know the scores, you know your numbers. You need to know your testosterone level number as well. Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss can help you do that, and they will do the test for free. Also, if the August heat is taking its toll on you, that could also be because of declining testosterone levels. Low testosterone can contribute to a lot of things that you can get fixed easily. Every patient receives a comprehensive evaluation with a licensed provider to determine whether TRT is right for you, if you qualify for it. And if you do, you can get started right away. At Synergenics, they only use non-compounded pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, and most insurance plans are accepted. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Feel great, look great, live your best life by scheduling that free testosterone test at synergenicshealth.com. That's synergenicshealth.com.
The Cowboys are back on 94.1 San in action starts Saturday.
Knock the ball! Touchdown to Pickett!
The Cowboys and the Seahawks. Pregame at 6. Kickoff at 7.
Never shoulder the goal line! Touchdown, Prescott!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and the Davis Law Firm. San Antonio's home for Dallas Cowboys football.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Imagine 5 years without buying soap, shampoo, detergent, or any household cleaners. Buy a Kinetico water softener today and get a free K5 drinking station plus 5 years of pure and gentle products. Hurry, this offer ends August the 31st. Call Kinetico now.
Nobody builds a business without hearing a few reasons it won't work. Too risky, too crowded, too ambitious. But the people who move things forward usually hear those words first. Because growing a business takes more than optimism. It takes nerve, and eventually, a partner built for what's next. That's Next Rodeo. Big thinking, proven creative. For businesses still moving forward. Next Rodeo, the difference between the business you have and the business you want. Meet us at thenextrodeo.com.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are
Are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
If you or someone you love is struggling with alcohol or drug use, you do not have to carry it alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. We help people take the next step with compassion, privacy, and no judgment. You do not need all the answers, just a safe place to start. And 90% of our services are provided at no cost. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741. That's 210-225-4741. Or visit cicada.org.
You know, life is too short to drive the same car every day. A Pascucci Prestige membership gives you access to an incredible collection of exotic and luxury vehicles whenever you want to change things up. Learn more at PascucciPrestige.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
This is Rob Thompson, and you're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, thank you, Rob, and it is certainly a new look Dallas Cowboys that we are the proud home of here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. Quinnen Williams got paid.
You know, we have talked so much about how the Cowboys have handled this offseason. And this is another prime example, right? Now, I know Quinnen Williams' agent was there last week, but there haven't been rumblings that this deal was close to getting done. There was nothing about any kind of friction between the two. Not just, boom, paid, and big money. And so in some ways, you look at the way they've been working, and I know I've said this many times this offseason, they're running things like a real organization. You know, they're not doing everything out in the media. They're not negotiating in the media. The Joneses aren't, the players aren't. It's just boom. It's like real. It's just weird. It's weird. It's very unusual for the Dallas Cowboys to have something, a big deal like this, an expensive deal like this, not be talked about for days leading up to it finally getting done.
Yeah, no leaks.
No leaks. If there was any kind of friction, we certainly don't know about it. I know there was some talk about a contract, and it was either Steven or Jerry, one of them. He's going to be here a long time, but we're not worried about it because he's got 2 years left.
Yeah.
So it's not like, man, we got to get this done now. Why did we get it done now? Well, because both sides were motivated to get it done. And dude got over $100 million guaranteed. Holy crap.
Unbelievable. And so, $63 million today.
Yeah.
Upon signing. So, of that 101, he gets $63 million today. And it makes sense, I guess. I'm not sure what his deal is now currently, but this is certainly a huge deal. It locks him up through the 2030 season for the Dallas Cowboys. So they are they're in good shape as far as Quinnen Williams goes, and happy about it.
Good stuff. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. J4, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Yeah, so two things. First, I have a tipping story about Mr. Joe Reinagel that is very interesting.
Do tell.
When I was in high school, I went to Clark High School, right? So I worked at Quiznos, right on Callahan, right by Babcock. And one day, Mr. Chuck Michautinick and Mr. Joe Reinagel went in there, and me and my buddies were starstruck. We're like, oh, my God, the sports guys are in here. And so we made y'all sandwiches, and Joe, you gave us $20. So you didn't. Quiznos isn't a restaurant where you sat down and got service. You literally walked up and ordered. We didn't do anything but our normally, $8, $6 an hour job or whatever. And you tipped us $20. So you are a big tipper, even though we did that. We just made a sandwich, by the way. So
and you just made another 20 for telling this story publicly.
Exactly. I probably, I like guys like you, and I know you work hard back there, and so if I can do it, I do it. I don't mind tipping people. I just don't want to be forced into doing it and raising my prices. So I'm happy that you remember that story, and I appreciate you telling it.
Yeah. Now, the second thing is, I don't know if you're rage baiting about this Micah Parsons thing, but first of all, the Green Bay Packers knocked us out of the playoffs. Number two, the Cowboys are in the exact same situation that we've always been in, where we look good on paper, but nothing. We don't know until we know. So to say that the deal of letting go of Micah Parsons was a good thing, I don't know if you're talking about just to get him out of the locker room. But as far as playoffs and win-loss record goes, it doesn't look like we've been as successful as we were in our prime years with Micah Parsons before the repeated injuries. So I'll listen offline, but thanks for your tip, Joe.
I want that $20 back right now after you said that. No, look, again, just the flexibility they have. And look, he's right. We don't know that what the Cowboys are going to do this year. The expectations are high. There's a lot of so-called experts that believe that they're going to be much better and that they should be a playoff team again. And who knows, maybe even make a run to the word we don't mention here that starts with an S. But it's again, just to have the flexibility to make the moves that they have made and to address some of the things that they have addressed, you couldn't do that if you paid Micah Parsons. You would be handcuffed, and the defense would look very similar to what it looked like last year.
Again, to your point, let's keep in mind, they get a Kenny Clark. Now, Micah Parsons is a great player, player.
No argument.
And I honestly didn't want the Cowboys to trade him, and I thought that Jerry would ultimately cave and pay him. Remember, for a couple of years, we're going to pay Dak, we're going to pay CD, we're going to pay Micah. Mm-hmm. How many times did we hear that? And things got pissy because Jerry thought he had a deal with Micah until his agent was like, wait a minute.
Yep.
And whatever. But you think about, you make the trade, you got Kenny Clark, who's been really good for the Cowboys, and you got those 2 first-round picks. Then they were able to, so you got Kenny Clark, you were able to then take one of those picks and you got Quinnen Williams, and then you were able to get Malachi Lawrence in the draft. You look at the pick that the Cowboys got from Green Bay, that is Malachi Lawrence. That guy is going to be good. He was a first-round pick that's not getting any notoriety because Caleb Downs was the Cowboys pick, and the pick that they got from Green Bay was Malachi Lawrence. And they've added a couple other players. So Jerry talked, what was that, 4 or 5 players for one?
Yep.
Right? But at the same time, the one thing that they struggled with, even with Micah Parsons, was stopping the run.
Absolutely, because Micah Parsons is not good at that.
Again, it gets to the quarterback, but he wasn't a run stopper. I mean, he's not bad in the run game, but he's not great. Now, had they signed Micah Parsons, they probably don't make the trade for Quinnen Williams, because that is who Jerry wanted to trade Micah Parsons to, the Jets, to get Quinnen Williams, 4-time Pro Bowler. That deal didn't work out but he was still able to go get Quinnen Williams a little bit later. Now, the way this Cowboys team has operated since last summer in Oxnard, who knows if they would have signed Micah, how much attention and investment they would have made on the defensive side of the ball to go try to get some run stoppers. I have a feeling that Quinnen Williams, even with Micah, they would have tried to make that trade. They're still looking for some pass rush help. They can still... seems like Von Miller's going to be signing as soon as they get back to Frisco. Can they still get a Max Crosby? Not likely, but it's certainly not off the table. But I go back to just what Brian Schottenheimer told us last week. It's finding the right guys in the locker room. And maybe Micah wasn't that right guy, and that made it a lot easier for the Cowboys not to cave to Micah Parsons.
Well, I think it's clearly that way. And we saw Micah Parsons, and people, it was well reported, a lot of players pissed off at him for his podcast.
Yep.
And the things that he was saying on there. And a lot of people were that way because he would go out and just throw people under the bus left and right. And so I think a lot of it has to do with that. Although, again, Jerry thought he had a deal, so he was willing to sign him, just not for the price that, well, the Green Bay Packers ultimately signed him for. And, again, I just believe that sometimes you got to get – the Cowboys were hammered for the Herschel Walker trade, if you'll remember.
Yeah.
And look what that led to. Sometimes you got to get rid of people, and it's going to be very unpopular to do so. And certainly the Micah Parsons trade was extremely unpopular. Cowboy fans were revolting. But when you look at the result down the line, at least on paper, their defense is so much better. So much better. It's going to be a much better defense this year on paper. I get it. You got to go play the games. But when you've got a Kenny Clark and a Quinnen Williams in the middle, it's going to be very difficult to run the football on these guys.
And somewhere Matt Eberflus is saying, man, I wish I had those players to work with. And that's probably fair.
Eberflus.
But the reality is Christian Parker looks like the real deal. The roster, the defensive roster, is better than it was last year. But Micah Parsons, and it's not rage baiting at all. You go back now and you think about everything that you heard last year, Jerry talking about Micah needs to learn some leadership skills. They had lots of talk about being a good teammate, being a good leader. And then Brian Schottenheimer telling us on the Blitz just last week about getting those right guys in there. It doesn't take much to draw the conclusion, even though they didn't say this, they needed Micah out of that locker room for this team to move forward.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. So, again, on paper, we still got to prove it on the field. I get that, and it was a great call by J4 in so many ways.
Yes.
But it was. And again, it's got to be proven on the field, and it has not been proven. However, just looking at it on paper and what they've been able to do since they got rid of Micah Parsons. And again, I'm not denying that Micah Parsons is a great player. He is. But he had his weaknesses as well on the field. He did. He could rush the passer as good as anybody. But there were some problems there, and the Cowboys now are able to at least put the pieces in place that can hopefully address those problems as they move forward. So,
not that you remember details of a lunch at Quiznos years ago. I'm
not sure why I tipped those dudes $20. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what.
Well, because they probably recognized you and they were talking to you, and I don't know. But I'm curious, did you buy Chuck sandwich too, or did you pressure Mickatenic into a $20 tip as well?
Dude, have you met Chuck Mickatenic? Come on.
Or you were tipping because you knew Chuck wasn't?
No, I have
Chuck is a good tipper.
Chuck's a great guy. I have no idea. I don't remember that to be. Although there was a Quiznos right down the street from Ken's 5.
Yeah.
So I used to go in there. The one memory I have of Quiznos, I got a chicken sandwich, and I broke a tooth because there was a bone in there. But again, to Quiznos, they paid for the whole dental experience and all of that. So
have you been back?
I have not. I don't even know if it's still there. I'm not sure.
Are Quiznos gone? They're all gone, right?
I have no idea if it's still there. It was in a little shopping center right down the street from Ken's 5. So
Quiznos are Dunsky.
Are they Dunsky?
Okay. So
because they had to pay for Ryan Eagle's smile.
Well, it wasn't even the front teeth. It was one of the back ones. So I had to get that one removed, and it was a pain in the
a tooth.
It hurt like hell. Are you kidding me? I'm back at the station doing that. Still went on the air though, baby.
Did you really?
Got it done.
Your guys and you're out.
That's
Here's
it.
Joe Ryan Eagle.
Got it done.
Force.
Got it done. Got it done. Yes, sir.
He's a warrior.
Of course. You got that right. We got a lot more to do, a lot more to talk to about as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
Nicole Lynn just tweeted, anyone have a Brinks truck?
I saw that. Yeah, very nice. Good for Quentin Williams. Happy for that guy.
Good for her.
And good for her, too, yes. She made a lot of big deals here lately.
She's had a great August.
No doubt about it. $101 million guaranteed and a check today for $63 million. Wow. I want one of those.
Well, we'll give you some water.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And a good job.
At least I get something. We'll continue here on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Man, it's hot outside. You know, it's the one thing I noticed right away coming back from Oxnard, where the weather is absolutely fantastic, which is the best thing about that place. But you come back here to San Antonio, man, and you remember the heat is on. There's no doubt about that. And if you're running your air conditioner all day and your house just isn't cooling off like it used to, it could be your windows. Could very well be your windows. If you've been thinking about, maybe talking about it, or maybe wondering what the heck's going on, and you want to get your windows done, now is a perfect time to get them done. Window Nation has one heck of a deal going on right now. How about this 2-for-1 windows? That's right, 50% off all window styles, which is a fantastic deal. I mean, it really is 2-for-1 windows. You're not going to beat that deal anywhere. Plus, they're going to give you zero down payment and no payments or interest for 2 years. You know, if that's the case, just think of the money you're wasting by your air conditioner running all summer long in your house not getting cool. You're wasting a lot of money, and you can take care of that problem with Window Nation. Look, there's not a better company to get this done with. They are a proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project. That is just spectacular in my mind. They've got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, a 90% customer satisfaction rating. This is just a great company to do business with. Not only that, the sale that they've got going on is unheard of, and you know it's not going to last that long because it can't. So don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Schedule a fast, free consultation. You can do it right now. All you have to do is go to windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
Sports doesn't come with an owner's manual. Good thing you got us. Breaking it down, calling it as we see it. Every day.
Just a bit outside.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice, talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
South Texas home for Dallas Cowboys football. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here on a Mellow Mushroom Monday. A Mellow Monday. Man, it's been like that today, hasn't
Say
it?
dish soap.
The dish soap. I can say it if I think about it, but when you're reading a script, it's a little more difficult. Yeah, you'll hear what I mean.
Soap.
Coming up here in just a little bit, I promise you that. We do have a $50 gift card to give away to Mellow Mushroom, and we'll do that here pretty soon because, well, we're running out of show time to get that done.
Plenty of time.
We got time?
Yeah,
All right,
well,
let's make folks hang around a little bit.
We had a guy comment earlier in the YouTube chat that he went and used his $50 gift card on a mighty meter at Mellow Mushroom for lunch.
Which is probably the best pizza they have.
My favorite one.
Well, certainly my favorite. But they got a lot of other stuff besides pizza there.
Sure.
The food is great all the way around, no matter what you get at Mellow Mushroom. And it's just a great place to go. Best happy hour in town, by far. So all of the above there. So we're going to give you $50 to go spend in there. You can spend more than that if you want to, but we'll pick up the first $50.
That's what we will do, just for listening.
That's it.
Just for hanging around.
Well, that's the kind of guys we are, Minix, you know? I mean, honestly, we're just that way.
We're good people. Out of curiosity, and I know you because I was with you, I missed all the Hall of Fame speeches over the weekend.
I did too.
Traveling back from Oxnard, the Hall of Fame game, incredible preseason game. I mean, it's crazy to think that, for me, generally you watch the first series, maybe two, and then you bounce. But it was a good game, and I'm going to guess because of social media and people reacting. And we have football back. I mean, football is back. We love football. It's Thursday's Panthers-Cardinals Hall of Fame game averaged 7 million viewers on NBC, the most watched Hall of Fame game on NBC since 2017. 7 million people watching the Cardinals and the Panthers.
Well, that's incredible.
I don't know that 7 million people would watch those dudes play a regular season game, let alone the first preseason game of the year.
It was an exciting game.
It was.
Back and forth, a lot of points scored. The fourth quarter was incredible. Both teams driving down the field, scoring. The other team had to respond. And, well, unfortunately for the Cardinals, the Panthers had the football last. And they were able to take care of business.
Now, Saturday during the speeches, you and I were traveling, and we
were stuck in a bar in Denver, Colorado.
Well, I mean, now, in all fairness, I think they were over before we spent our 7 hours in the Denver airport, where the guy at the bar would not turn off the banana ball. Right, the TV in front of us was watching the bananas, and we're like, "Hey, can we put this game on?" No.
And my feelings on the bananas, I'll say for a later show.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're obvious. So I didn't see any of the speeches, although from what I understand, Drew Brees gave one hell of a speech. I meant to watch it yesterday, but quite honestly, I didn't do much of anything yesterday after we got home at 3:30 in the morning. I did make some ribs, but Adam Vinatieri, and I don't know, do people not like funny? I have seen people criticize him as giving one of the worst speeches. But all the clips that I saw were funny as hell because, Well, he was trying to make sure people weren't falling asleep, like, old people, Bill Belichick, who wasn't there, but Vinatieri explained why his former head coach wasn't there.
Thank you for demanding excellence every single day. Your preparation, discipline, and attention to detail shaped far more than my football career. Unfortunately, Bill couldn't make it here today. There's a lot going on at UNC right now. He may be on a recruiting trip right now looking for the next Lawrence Taylor. I thought it was because training camp had already started, but in truth, it's because he's judging his girlfriend's cheerleading competition.
I thought that was a great line.
It's hilarious.
Although he delivered an even better line when making fun of Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee's here in the crowd today. Great to see you, brother. The only person who enjoyed holding my balls more than my wife. She held for me in the off-season when everyone else was gone. Get that right.
Mm-hmm. Well played.
Well, extremely well played. He took a shot at Tom Brady also during that speech. I heard that he said something about, it was great to be able to play with the greatest quarterback ever played, Drew Bledsoe. Mm-hmm. It was funny as hell, I thought. And we need more of that. I mean, I get it's a big honor. And a lot of guys are emotional, and they're thanking everybody, and that obviously is good. But to have somebody come up and be different and make a speech like that makes people laugh, I thought it was a good thing.
Yeah, I thought. If you were watching, let me know. Was it bad? I mean, I know I don't mind funny speeches. In the Hall of Fame is generally such a celebration that I don't want to say Roger Craig brought down the room, but. Roger Craig with a major announcement.
Today, there's another chapter I want to share. I've been diagnosed with vascular dementia that my doctors believe may be related, at least in part, to the concussions I experienced during my career. The changes were gradual. At first, they were easy to dismiss as normal aging. Over time, my family noticed it too, and ultimately led us to seek answers from my doctor. Two things can be true. Football gave me opportunities beyond anything I could imagine. It helped shape the man I became. At the same time, we know more today about brain health than when I played. And I hope sharing my story encourages people to pay attention to their health and seek help when something doesn't feel right. I want people to know this diagnosis doesn't define me. I am still Roger Craig. I am still a father, a husband, a teammate, a friend, and someone who loves this game and the people who brought it to my life. If sharing my story helps even one family or one former player, then it's worth it.
It's sad news for Roger Craig. Great football player, a great running back, and it's too bad.
And again, he would do it all over again.
Sure
Every one of these former players that you see that are dealing with issues later in life, all of them say they would do it again. That it was worth it. We see it a lot at Super Bowl on Radio Row where they're promoting this or that, and there's some healthcare stuff that they've worked hard to get in Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund that Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is a big part of. They put on the cigar party every year because some of those guys, they didn't make the money they're making today. They didn't get $100 million guaranteed like Quinnen Williams did. Lucky to get $100,000 guaranteed for some of the guys, which was big money in the day, but not what it is now. And I was a little surprised, Joe, that Roger Craig made the announcement in a pre-taped message, Hall of Fame weekend, because it's a weekend of celebration. You would think either the Hall of Fame or the NFL would be like, can we do this another time? All right, you know what I mean?
Well, look, I don't know how much scrutiny do they put on some of these speeches. In all honesty, I mean, if you're a guy, you have a speech that you kind of let you say what you want. I would think. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but he thought that was the appropriate time to get that done.
Sure.
And I think that maybe sending a message to the NFL in a way that at least part of it he thought, or the doctors think, it was from football. But the improvements that have been made. I mean, now this is the first training camp I can remember where those Guardian caps are mandatory, where you have to wear them in training camp.
Certain positions have to wear them.
It's they're doing everything they can to make a violent game a little less violent, and sometimes I don't like that, but you have to look at guys like Roger Craig and some of these other guys that diagnosed with CTE and all of that kind of stuff, and you go, well, I guess it's necessary.
It is, and again, as you get ready for this season, and being out, it's still weird being at a practice with the Guardian caps. It was at Malachi Lawrence. I grabbed his helmet last week when he was sitting down with us. Because I never felt what the actual Guardian cap feels like. And it is weird. Obviously, it works better. But when you're watching practice and you don't hear the helmets colliding, that's a different sound.
It is.
It is very much a different sound. And then you look at like a Jalen Petrie, who's now endorsing the Guardian caps. They're still a little odd to see in games.
Oh, they're ugly and goofy as hell. I mean, let's just say the right thing. They are. They're goofy as hell. But, if it works, it works. But they are just – I mean, you see a dude running around with a Guardian cap on, and you go, it's just like – I mean, the guy's head is like
it's like bobbleheads.
Beach ball.
Well, yeah, they got bobbleheads. It's the dude from Green Bay, the wide receiver, Dobbs. Is it Dobbs? Yeah. He's got the goofiest looking one because he's a small dude, small head, and this, big old Jetsons looking helmet.
It's goofy looking as hell. But I guess it's the player's choice. I mean, you see guys wearing them during games too. So if you want to, I suppose you can do that. There were certain, the way it was explained, there's certain types of helmets.
Yep.
That require those, or you have to wear them with a certain kind of helmet. There are other kind of helmets that I guess are better and prevent concussions better, and you don't have to wear it if you're wearing that type of helmet.
Yeah, certain positions, if you've got this helmet, then you don't have to wear a cap. If you don't have that helmet, and these guys are so many different helmets, and you would think what is the safest would be the helmet everybody would want, but that's not the case. Which one do I look best in is the helmet that these guys go for.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, all right, I look good in this, and then you put on the Guardian cap, and you still think you look good, right?
Yes, I guess. Or you look goofy, and you just got to go with it. I mean, I don't know. 'Cause I don't see how you could look in a mirror if you're wearing a Guardian cap and say, man, I look good. No, you look like a goof. All right, you do. But, if it protects you and all of that, but don't. Yeah, you look like a goof.
Yeah. One other change to this NFL season, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. The NFL is now allowing the head coach to designate somebody on the sideline staff that can initiate replay challenges and throw out the red flag. It's always been, the head coach. They're the only ones that can throw out the red flag. That's going to change in 2026 if a coach prefers to assign that task to someone else, a decision he would have to inform officials of before the start of the game. But could you imagine if, all right, coach who, whatever, you're in charge of the flag, and you throw the flag and the head coach didn't want to do it?
Yeah. Well, that's why I can't see many head coaches giving up that, in all honesty. And maybe some of them want to, but I just, in all honesty, if I'm a head coach, I want to be in charge of that red flag. And I make the decision when that happens and when it doesn't. And I'm sure that it's still the same way if there's somebody else, because you can just look over, hey, Jason, throw the red flag. But I wouldn't give that up if I was a head coach.
I could see where if you're emotional and you don't want that responsibility because you're making an emotional decision to challenge versus a strategic decision to challenge, Somebody that's a little bit calmer might be the person. And with the communication that they're having on the headsets, I don't think the designated thrower of the flag is going to throw the flag without the coach giving the okay, but maybe that conversation will get the coach calmed down if you've got that guy. No, don't challenge it. Because you've seen coaches get all fiery and then yelling at the official and throw it down and then go, crap. Because you can't pick it up once you throw it down. You can't change your mind with the info in the headset. So depending on your demeanor as a head coach, maybe this is a good thing. Enough coaches must have asked for this.
I guess.
For them to put in this rule.
I guess so. Maybe they did. I wouldn't give it up. I'm keeping.
But you're a control freak.
I'm keeping the red flag. Well, in some respects, I am. Yes, when it comes to red flags and driving a car. And
Lord knows you know a lot about red flags.
Yeah, well, I wish I would have known a lot more in my younger days about red flags. That would have been nice. But all right, so, well, we'll see if see what happens. So have they approved that rule?
Yeah.
It's done.
Yep.
Beginning this year?
Rule 15, Section 1, Article 1A. Now reads the head coach or head coach's pregame challenge designee can initiate a challenge by throwing a red flag onto the field of play before the next legal snap or kick.
How about that?
Yeah, that's officially a done deal.
All right. Well,
what do you mean? You're a great passenger driving a car.
We'll look for that in a football game coming to you soon, which is a good thing. A lot more football to talk about for sure. Shedeur Sanders, I don't know what's going on with that guy. We'll get into that a little bit as well. But the Cleveland Browns obviously aren't sold on him, or at least that's what it appears to look like when it comes there. A lot of news around the NFL. We got more Cowboys talk as well. When we return here on the Blitz on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. I got to ask you a question. What if one smart decision could improve your water and eliminate 5 years of shopping for everyday soaps and cleaners? Well, check it out. For this month only, the month of August, you buy a Connecticut water softener, you're going to get that free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. Plus, they're going to give you 5 full years of pure and gentle personal care and household cleaning products. 5 years of that. That means no buying hand soap, body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, dish soap, all-purpose cleaners, and more for 5 full years. That's incredible and unheard of. Jason and I were talking about this. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I'll leave it to the smart folks at Connecticut to come up with something like that. You can choose from a wide variety of fresh fragrances. You can select fragrance-free options for your family. And, of course, Connecticut gives your home better water, helps protect your plumbing and appliances, and is built to be the last water softener you'll ever own. This offer ends, however, on August 31st. So once August is over, the 5-year pure and gentle package is gone. Make that wise decision for your home. Call Connecticut today and get better water, a free K5 drinking station, and 5 years of essentials. That is incredible. 5 years of soaps and cleaners, a one-time limited Connecticut offer. Give Connecticut a call, and you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
San Antonio Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick. Enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Pow. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
At Davis Law Firm, we know that after a serious accident, every second counts. When you call the Fours, we can connect you with medical care immediately, and we'll start fighting for the cash recovery you deserve right away. Our team of experienced attorneys is ready to help 24/7, and there's no fee unless we win. Call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. San Antonio, Austin, Corpus Christi, Laredo, RGV, Permian Basin. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
The Cowboys are back on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the move.
Preseason action starts Saturday.
At the ball! Touchdown to Pickett!
The Cowboys and the Seahawks. Pregame at 6. Kickoff at 7.
Number short of the goal line! Touchdown, Prescott!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and the Davis Law Firm. San Antonio's home for Dallas Cowboys football.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the big news this afternoon is Cowboys defensive lineman Quinnen Williams. He's agreed to a 3-year extension, $105.9 million. Williams still had 2 seasons remaining on his previous deal, so now he's going to be under team control through 2030. He received $63 million plus locked in at signing. Total guarantees on an extension check in at $101 million.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Back here on a Monday afternoon. Back in the studio after a week in Oxnard, California at Cowboys Training Camp. Happy to be back in San Antonio, although it was a great week out in Oxnard. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and we had a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. Always do out at Cowboys Camp. And the Cowboys players themselves, just everything about this camp versus the last 2, completely different, very positive. Just different, the confidence level. And we have said over and over, it just feels like the Cowboys are doing things differently under Brian Schottenheimer's second year. Last year, obviously, he was trying to do a lot of things like Mike McCarthy did with his own little twist on it. This year, there is a lot of things that they're doing differently. Schottenheimer's schedule is a little bit different. We'll see what goes into the regular season, but just everything about it. And everybody talks about the defense, and obviously the defense has a lot of new players and an entirely new staff, so you expect them to be better. But just the offseason, you get a drama-free deal done with Quinnen Williams for $100 million guaranteed. Just left field today. Now, granted, his agent was out there last week. That's not unusual to see agents showing up to visit their clients while they are in camp. And a deal didn't get done then, but it did today. There was nothing over the weekend or earlier this morning leaking out that they were about to get a deal done. We found out when the deal was done.
They had 2 years left on his current deal.
Yep.
So you don't really expect that necessarily. But they wanted to get him locked up. Stephen Jones spoke on that a lot, that they wanted him around for a long time, and now he will be. I mean, my goodness, still through the 2030 season. Quinnen Williams is under contract with the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, early in camp, Stephen Jones did an interview with DallasCowboys.com, and they just reposted that article, and he did say it's a big part of all the moving parts that went into the trade last year. They wanted to get a deal done. He said, I think this kind of, at the end of the day, puts a bow on top in terms of knowing that we're going to have Q here for the next 5 years long term and have Kenny Clark out there rolling, the deal they made with Rashawn Gary, and how we used the part of the pick on Malachi Lawrence. All these things, you can't say they were all tied to just that, but it's a big deal. Certainly he represents everything that we want in a Dallas Cowboy football player. Not only a great football player, but he's a man, he's a leader who people in the locker room look to every day. I was just talking to Christian Parker. He's the best player out there on the field. That is what Stephen Jones told DallasCowboys.com in the last 30, 45 minutes. Again, going back to what we were talking about earlier about winning the Micah Parsons trade. You know, Stephen, he's the right guy in the locker room, talking about Quinnen Williams. But I am curious, though, because now you've got a defensive lineman that is making about $35 million a year. That's the average APY. Now, I know Stephen has talked about ways that they could try to figure out how to keep George Pickens. But as Cowboy fans, when George Pickens leaves in free agency next year because the Cowboys can't afford to keep him, are we going to be mad? Or
Probably.
are you going to say, well, he had $35 million. Were you giving it to Williams or are you giving it to Pickens?
Well, look, people are going to be mad. Of course, you're going to be mad. A lot's going to depend on what happens this season. What kind of season does Pickens have, number one? What kind of season does Quinnen Williams have? I mean, I think if the Cowboys' defense is much improved and Williams is a key, cog in that defense, and they shut down the run games of other teams and all of that, then maybe not. But if Pickens goes on to have an all-pro year and he just sets the world on fire, have a good season like he did last year, then, yeah, people are going to be pissed off. But, again, I think if you've got C.D. Lamb, he's clearly your guy. He's the guy. Pickens is not going to replace him. And so sometimes you just can't pay everybody. And I think Quinnen Williams at this point in time is necessary. You keep him around. He's the foundation of that defense now for the next, 5 years?
Yep.
So it's easy for me. I would rather pay Quinnen Williams.
The idea, and there's still talk of can they find the funds for a George Pickens, and C.D. Lamb is quoted in a Jory Epstein article on Yahoo about, Jerry find a way. But the couch cushions can only run so deep when you have a salary cap. And one of the things that Stephen had told Jory is, you got to have funds to get a Quinnen Williams deal done because that was a priority. They knew when they made that trade last year that they were going to sign him long term. They didn't have to do it today. They didn't have to do it this week. They didn't have to do it this month.
No.
But they knew that was part of the plan. When they made the trade, they were going to get an extension done. Why today? Because the team and the agent, they agreed. And it's weird to say it that way because it seems so simple, but how motivated are both parties to get a deal done? Now, you got Quinnen Williams' agent. She just got that deal done with Bijan last week. And maybe when she stopped in Oxnard last week, was that before or after Bijan signed?
It was right around the same time.
Might have been after. Like she leaves there, all right, one down, one to go. Bijan's deal was a priority for her. Sometimes that's how it works because Quinnen did have 2 years left on his deal. It's just incredible to see the Cowboys investing big money on the defensive side of the ball like that because that is not typically what they have done.
Well, look, I mean, if you're Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, all of them up there in the front office, you were embarrassed last year by your defense. I mean, it was bad. And so you go out and the number one goal this year is to improve that defense. Because if you had a defense like that last year, who knows what might have happened with the way the offense played. And so I think that was a priority for this football team to go out and get it done. And you've got him signed. Now, keep in mind, and I'm just spitting this out, Max Crosby has 2 years left on his deal. Quinnen Williams' deal doesn't kick in until 2 years from now.
Sure.
So there is a way in a world where both things can be true, and I'm just throwing that out there that both things could be true.
They're not done.
No.
And they've said they're not done. Now, they took care of some in-house housekeeping, and maybe that was one of the things that motivated the Cowboys to get a deal done with Quinnen sooner rather than later. If we know we're going to spend this money, let's get it on the books make it official, and then let's do the rest of the work. Let all the other dominoes fall in place once we get our priority pieces hammered out. Because if Quinnen was stuck on trying to get 125, and if the Cowboys ultimately cave to that, then somebody else isn't going to be able to go eat, right? So prioritize, get Quinnen done, and now you can go operate knowing that that money is committed for the next 5 years. What's left on his current deal, and then the 3-year extension. He's going to be here for 5 years. And when you look at the way those salaries are escalating, $35 million average a year for Quinnen Williams, when that kicks in, might feel like a little bit of a bargain.
It might. It certainly might. Look, just everything we've been talking about, and it makes so much sense with a guy like Quinnen Williams and the character and the locker room guy that he is. I just saw something that I think it was that same Nick Harris article talking about a guy had been covering the Jets while Quinnen Williams was there, and said everybody looks up to that guy. He is a leader. His work ethic is off the chart. And I think that's the type of player now that the Cowboys are looking for. And again, Micah Parsons was not that guy. He was kind of his own dude. And that's why I think Jerry at first, when that Micah Parsons thing came up, wanted him to be more of a leader, a team guy. And so, while he tried, maybe that's just not Micah Parsons. He wants to be his own dude and do what he does. And I think the Cowboys just wanted a little bit of a change in the type of player, not only good on the field, but good in the locker room and everywhere else.
And again, maybe the Cowboys can figure out how to keep George Pickens. Stephen Jones told Jory Epstein, and he insisted, her words, paying all 3 playmakers is possible, but he noted funds will be needed for Quinnen Williams and pass rush production. Quote, you've just got to tell me where the rest of our spending. At some point, you've got to figure all that out. But no, I think it's realistic to be able to have Lamb, Pickens, and Dak on offense.
Well, we'll see if they can get that done. I mean, a lot may come down to what Pickens wants. It could very well come down to that. Is he going to drive a hard bargain? Is he going to want more than the highest paid guy in the NFL? When it's all said and done, I think a lot of that will determine whether George Pickens is a Cowboy long-term or not.
CeeDee Lamb told us here on the Blitz during Super Bowl week that he didn't care if George Pickens made more money. We asked him straight up. Jory must have asked him a similar question because in this article, CeeDee is quoted as saying that he doesn't have an ego. I want to win. I don't understand the narrative of X, Y, and Z, but it is what it is about who's 1A, 1B, and all that kind of stuff. And I do think just watching CD mature over his time, I believe him 100%. He wants to win, and he knows he's good. And that's what he told us here on the Blitz. I'm good. My family's good. George needs to go get all that he can. But watching George Pickens, now he doesn't do a lot of media, and he didn't do the radio car wash, so we didn't get a chance to interview him. But all the interviews that we've seen, the few that he's done, and the way he went about handling his franchise tag business in the offseason, if he truly does love it in Dallas, and his agent would disagree with this, but maybe he is willing to maybe not break the bank in order to stay part of a winning team. But I think that decision is made with how successful is this team this year.
Yeah, I think a lot will determine that. So when we're talking about keeping George Pickens with the Dallas Cowboys, I think that will determine a lot. And a lot that's going to determine what he does this season. Another great season by George Pickens and making the catches that he made last year. It could be a bidding war for Pickens, and that would only benefit him. He may not be a Cowboy. He may end up somewhere else, but he will get the most money out of that deal. I just don't see the Cowboys breaking the bank to keep a George Pickens. And by breaking the bank, $40 million plus. I just don't see that happening. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll find a way, but I don't see it happening. And I think if he has another season like he had, I think those offers are going to be out there. I really do. So, hey, let's give away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom.
Let's do that.
You want to do that?
Absolutely.
It is a Mellow Monday. So we want to give you $50 to go spend at Mellow Mushroom. Great place. We had a guy tell us earlier, just got a Mighty Meter pizza over there. It is absolutely fantastic. Caller number what?
Pledge. Quinnen Williams just got
$100 million.
101 guaranteed.
101 guaranteed. He also wears jersey number 92. I won't do that to you.
If you add those together, though, that's 11.
Let's go caller 11.
How about
in
that?
honor of Micah Parsons.
656 Pure. Pure? That's Connecticut. 656 ESPN. What the hell's our phone number?
ESPN. 3776. But call Connecticut and ask him for a pizza. They'll give you some hand soap, too.
You're welcome, Connecticut. 656 ESPN, 656-3776. Caller number 11, you get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries do happen. When they do, skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, and strains. It's conveniently located in the Corey area. They have extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Every team is undefeated. Every rookie looks like a star. Every fan is planning a parade. The latest training camp updates are here.
We're ready for some football, baby.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Nigel, why are you wearing a backpack?
I'm going back to school.
Folks, when your AC decides to flunk out or your home's plumbing is stuck in detention, you don't have to worry. At Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating, our technicians are certified with all the latest technology and can fix any plumbing or AC issue fast and at a fair price because you deserve the A-plus service.
Gotta go, Joel. We're studying paper mache. I might have to pull an all-nighter.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney who has practiced law here in San Antonio since 1994. Over the past 30 years, I've represented hundreds, if not thousands, of victims of negligent drivers. If you've been in an auto accident, you can choose a billboard lawyer, but I'd ask you to consider calling me. We have only one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. My team and I place a premium on communication because I believe there can be no daylight between an effective attorney and his client. I do not charge for an initial consultation. If you've been injured in a traffic collision, just call my office, 210-900-0400. There's no charge. I want to make sure that the decisions you make immediately after an accident are smart decisions. The other driver's insurance company and your own insurance company will want to talk to you immediately after the accident. My advice, talk to me first. Many adjusters play fair, but I've seen more than a few that do not. If you've been injured by a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circus Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows, plus 0 down, 0 interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
What's up, fools? Main event Jey Uso here from the WWE. When it's just me between matches, it's day one-ish. And that means it's Chumba time. With hundreds of casino-style games and new titles arriving weekly, there's always something fresh to try at Chumba Casino. The daily boosts make it even more fun. And have me about to get them all during my downtime. Ready for a fun way to chill out and enjoy a few minutes for yourself? Let's chump.
Sponsored by BGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in the state where it's legal to play.
AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson in the morning.
On the next AJ and Rob show, the team is fully functioning and together again. The Cowboys are 1 day away from a scrimmage, and the Spurs got him a new sniper. Oh, by the way, college football coming too. AJ returns, and what will be a spectacular show. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
AJ and Rob, weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How much coffee did Rob have this morning hearing that promo?
Talking fast, wasn't he?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's good, though. I mean, you know, you got it done. You got to have coffee. You got to start a show at 6 a.m., brother. I'd be injecting coffee into my veins.
Speaking of injecting into veins.
The main one.
An update from TMZ. Ryan Eagle just got a notification on this story, which is a little alarming.
Well, it's TMZ. It's not because of the world's smallest penis guy.
He turns to me during the commercial break. I just got an update on the, like, really? You're following the story that close?
Well, I guess I get notifications from TMZ, and they're the ones who reported this.
Uh-huh.
The headline's great, and I'm guessing I can read all of this on the air. It says, "World's smallest penis guy." My tiny.
It's finally getting a growth spurt.
Yeah, exactly. Can you say that on the radio?
I'm not, you know, my general rule, if I think about it,
well, it's not.
Can I say that? Then
not.
I probably shouldn't say that.
Well, just think of Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, yes, you can say Woody Woodpecker.
So there you go. So his tiny Woody Woodpecker is finally getting a growth spurt.
Yes.
All right. So that's we solved that. The guy's going to have a procedure done, and it's exactly what we were told
by Dr. Thomas Genevieve.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And so they're going to help his girth. He's going to get an injection, a semi-permanent dermal filler.
Semi-permanent?
Semi-permanent. So
what does that mean?
So you better have some fun quickly is what that means, because it will change.
So he gets a little boost below the belt with an injection of semi-permanent dermal filler?
Yes.
Why wouldn't it be permanent?
Well, I don't know. I will have to ask Dr. Genevieve about that, because I don't know. Now, it's going to cost him $4,000, this article says. But he raised $13,000 on his GoFundMe page.
So his wallet got more girth than his
Woody Woodpecker's going to get. Yeah.
As TMZ writes, he's still deciding how to blow the remaining wad, but says some of the cash will go towards appointment fees, follow-up visits, and any prescriptions.
Uh-huh. Well, hey, I guess good for him. I mean, you know, I don't know.
Now, help me out here. I'm trying to be serious. He says erect now. He's about the length of a fingernail.
Uh-huh. Or a pinky. Now, is it a fingernail or the pinky?
He says fingernail.
Fingernail.
Specifically his pinky nail.
Dude.
So... Stop, Pledge. Stop.
So you, dude,
I mean, think about that.
Even with some added girth.
What is that going to do?
Nothing.
Stumpy? I mean, seriously, what do you do with that?
I have no idea.
What does she do with that?
Tuna can.
Tuna can.
He's medically diagnosed with micropenis. He launched this fundraiser after telling the world that he's 0.38-inch member. It's even hard for him to go pee. But what does the girth do in that department?
See, I don't know. I mean, it's going to make him feel better about himself, I guess, but I don't know if...
short and fat?
Well, I mean, it depends on what he gives it after that, I guess.
I mean, basically, the dude's got he's going from a normal pimple to a massive pimple.
Well, he's going to add a little motion to that, I'm sure, and so hopefully he's going to,
stretch out the edges.
I mean, but
he's not stretching nothing out. I'm telling you that. I don't know how fat they can make that thing.
Well, Stop, Pledge. Pledge, we're doing a professional radio show here.
Uh-huh.
Pledge, put that away.
What? Is he comparing?
I mean, Pledge is feeling really good about himself after hearing about this guy.
Well, aren't we all?
Well, yes, actually.
Yes, aren't we all?
Actually, yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's just, well, good for him. Hey, look, if it makes him feel better, it makes him feel better. I don't know. I mean, there's not exactly, Robert Redford or name a handsome. I mean, so I'm not sure how much.
People have sex too.
I'm not sure right. They do, but most of them don't have a micro penis.
So you're ugly and super small.
Yes.
That's a bad combination.
That's a horrible combination. So I'm not sure exactly what.
If this helps his confidence, man, I'm all for it.
Well, sure.
Guess you could say it was dealt a shorthand.
Sure. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next Monday, guys, he's having his procedure.
August 17th.
TMZ, I'm sure, will keep us all updated.
I wonder if they'll have a camera in the room.
Is he selling this to TMZ?
I wouldn't be
wonder.
surprised.
I mean, because he raised $13,000 on a GoFundMe, and he's only spending $4,000 on the procedure. Now, do you keep the rest because it's semi-permanent? So, do you have to go back and redo this over time?
I'm sure you do. So he needs to save his money. I love this line right here. He initially planned to undergo surgery, but he pulled out.
Pulled out of what?
Well, he pulled out.
There's no way for him. I mean, well, and again, the idea. I mean,
dude, we're 5-year-olds, man.
You got to get in to pull out.
Yeah. Anytime you're ready, babe. Come on.
The idea that, how do you say?
If you have to think about it minutes, you probably shouldn't say it.
Well, I mean, it's yes. Now you go back when we talked to Dr. Genevieve about this, and he said the risk of snipping a tendon could leave it permanently damaged if you don't.
Right.
At this point, why doesn't the guy risk it to try to add the length? Because that's you can add girth pretty easily according to Dr. Genevieve, but to add length, which again, that's what this guy needs more than anything. If it doesn't work, what have you really lost?
I would have to check out what what are the problems that could cause.
Well,
I mean, you lose
you might not ever be able to raise a flag again.
Well, or what about just going to the bathroom?
No, it's all about raising the flag.
All right. Well, hey, look.
Sounds like you can't raise it now.
Well, but he can.
Dude, there's nothing to raise.
Well, he gets to 0.38 when he's excited.
Oh, he does?
Yes, what he says. Do you read the article?
Oh, give me the Harry Kane special.
I mean, read the article. He says, when erect, it's 0.38.
See, that's not even.
Basically, the fingernail on your pinky. That's when he's fully aroused and ready to go.
Is this dude in the Guinness Book of World Records?
I think he's trying to be.
I mean, why not?
I mean, he claims that it's the world's smallest.
You got to be famous. It makes you famous. You got a legacy to leave. So
I don't think that's the legacy.
Well, he doesn't have a choice. Uh-huh.
But I know everybody driving around right now is feeling really good about themselves.
Absolutely. And if you're female, you're feeling really good about your significant other.
Well, that's it.
So good for you. And that's what
Song you dong.
That's what we're here to do, after all.
Have you seen that Nikki Glaser special? I don't know how long ago it was, but when she was talking about this, about jokes guys make about ladies, throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Right? You never hear her throw a redwood down a hallway, right? But what do you do with this guy?
Dude.
Like, everybody on planet Earth is that way to him.
Can you imagine that dude with, like, Kim Kardashian or something? I mean, jeez.
Yeah, that's what fifth grade joke is Brian Eagle going to come up with?
Song you dong.
It'd be like an echo.
That you were going to strap a tuba for.
Well, at least. Holy cow.
This poor guy. I'm glad that he has told the world that that's what's going on. And I'm glad to know that we're educating the world out there.
Just making people feel better.
Yeah, my godson just texted me.
Oh, yeah?
He lives in Kansas City. And Christopher is, 3 or 4 years old.
He's probably feeling pretty good about himself.
Yeah, exactly. He said, I just walk into the house and all I hear is you guys talking about girth and length. I'm glad you're on.
A
Listening,
3-year-old?
Well, no, Trey is
okay. Gotcha.
Much older than that. But he doesn't understand the context. He just walked into the conversation. He doesn't know
if you're just
that we're talking
us.
about this guy that claims to have the world's smallest penis and he's getting surgery done, but it's only going to be for girth, not length.
Thicker
length
than
is the
train
problem.
smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not even as thick as cigarette smoke. Are you kidding?
Unbelievable. By the way, on another note,
what?
Justin on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page is asking how we got a 94-1 shirt to Taiwan.
Dude, that's a great question.
Yes. Now, did you see the video of the stripper dressed to the nines in a 94-1 shirt?
I wouldn't say nines. And that's just wonderful floor decoration by the end of the song. Friday. Was it Friday?
It was.
We're in Oxnard, California, and we get tagged in a tweet from a regular listener who we know his work took him to Taiwan. I have no idea. Did he give the shirt to her? Which would be dumb. He's got a free station shirt that he should cherish forever.
Dude, I'm happy he did. He'll get another one if he'd like one.
Well, we want all the strippers in Taiwan to have a station T-shirt?
Well, no, just that one. But I'm saying, if
you want that one back?
No, if he gave that to her, then so be it. She can keep it.
We want all the strippers everywhere to have 94-1 shirts.
I mean, sure, I suppose. It is a bizarre thing. I don't know. I mean, what is the tipping policy in Taiwan? Cash or clothing?
Well, dude, who knows? I have no clue.
Was she so excited that he paid with a shirt off his back?
Did he at least get a lap dance or something?
I would hope he got. I mean,
wrong person in this transaction's losing clothes.
I mean, typically, yeah, you don't want to add to your strippers' clothing wears.
No.
Right?
No, you don't, but she looked great in that 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star shirt.
And if you happen to give a station shirt to a stripper and she lets you video in the middle of work, which was the other thing I thought was weird, a strip club that allows you to video the dancers.
Well, I don't know what the rules are in Taiwan.
Well,
I have
don't
no
know
idea.
If there are rules in Taiwan.
There may not be. I don't know. But I'm happy it happened, and the happiest person around here for that was our boss.
Absolutely.
So good. Well, we appreciate that. So I hope that answers your question, Justin. We try to educate here.
Yes, and that was Taiwan, not Thailand.
No,
that was Taiwan.
So yeah, Media Bar Production says better than Thailand. Why? I'm wondering why.
Hold on, what?
Why is it better than Thailand? That's on our San Antonio
Taiwan?
Sports. Yeah.
Why is Taiwan better than Thailand?
He says better than Thailand. I don't know why.
Better strippers?
I don't know.
Better food?
I've never been either place.
Me neither.
Huh. Interesting. All right. Who knows what we're going to talk about in this final segment? Could be anything.
How about them Cowboys?
Small penises, strippers wearing T-shirts. I mean, you get it all right here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. You know, we get football this week. It's preseason football. There's baseball going on. If you're looking for a place to go watch any big game, big fights this weekend, get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you get into the Roo Pub, go hungry. The food is fantastic. Love the fried shrimp over there. They got the biggest and best wings in town, 15 different burgers or so on the menu, great hot dogs, chicken sandwiches. Their appetizers are incredible. Even their salads, I'm told, are wonderful. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. Roo Pub number 3 is opening soon in New Braunfels. It's going to be in the Creekside area over there behind the Buc-ee's. And we got a message earlier today. Somebody saw Roo Pub's coming to New Braunfels, and they want us to know. We're aware. We want you to know as well. Roo Pub opening by football season, so in the next several weeks before kickoff. Roo Pub in New Braunfels is going to be open. If you're heading to the coast, make sure you check out Roo Pub number 2, which is in Rockport. The OG, it's open and rocking and ready for you right now. Open for a happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, so great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and, of course, the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The Cowboys. Preseason action starts Saturday.
At the ball! Touchdown to Pickett!
The Cowboys and the Seahawks. Pregame at 6. Kickoff at 7.
Number shoulder the goal line! Touchdown, Prescott!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and the Davis Law Firm. San Antonio's home for Dallas Cowboys football.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Imagine 5 years without buying soap, shampoo, detergent, or any household cleaners. Buy a Connecticut water softener today and get a free K5 drinking station plus 5 years of pure and gentle products. Hurry, this offer ends August the 31st. Call Connecticut now.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Drew McIntyre here from WWE. Wielding the Claymore can be a life of chaos. When I'm not dominating in the ring, Chumba Casino is how this warrior takes a wee break. With hundreds of online social games and new weekly releases, there's always something fresh to try. And those daily boosts, next level. Even my free time feels like Valhalla. So when life feels like a battle, kick up your feet, have some fun, and let's Chumba.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in the state where it's legal to play.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hurry in to Famous Footwear for up to 30% off Nike shoes. At these prices, you can shop for the kids and even get a pair for yourself. Plus, Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts can help your kids find the perfect size. And with over 800 stores, your local Famous is never far. Or you can shop famous.com. Easy. So don't miss up to 30% off Nike at Famous Footwear. Some exclusions apply.
When it comes to sports, San Antonio knows where to tune. On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He is Jason. And on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, Jacob Eric has made an appearance. Dude, it's got to be like 4 in the morning where you're at, something like that. But he's awake listening to the Blitz out in Taiwan. And everybody give him a hand because he is the one who provided the stripper with the nice 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star T-shirt. So we appreciate you, Jacob, without a doubt. Hope you're enjoying Taiwan, my friend. It certainly looks like you are. But, you know, I mean, stripper. So, Jacob, you got to answer the question.
Spicy and naked.
Minix asked this just a few minutes ago. So instead of, slipping $1 in that G-string, is the T-shirt get you a lap dance or something for free? And I hope you let the girl have the shirt. If she she's a real girl, right? Taiwan?
It's not Thailand.
Okay, so Thailand, you got to ask. Right? I mean, you got to ask. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. So,
I suppose that's everywhere. You were still recording a commercial when I saw the on-air light. I was talking to Dax in the hallway.
No. We came back, and I just had to thank Jacob Eric there because he's the one that provided us with the entertainment on Friday.
Absolutely.
So, good. And if anybody wants to try that out here in San Antonio or wherever, see how far a T-shirt gets you in an American strip club. Probably not very far.
You know, an old Navy saying in the Philippines, a Zippo lighter will get you about anything that you want.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Is
Maybe,
that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Zippo lighters?
Have you ever used a Zippo lighter? They're wonderful.
Are you talking about the long one?
What?
Well, you know, those. Is that a Zippo?
No. What hand motion did you just make?
Well, it's got a trigger.
No, a Zippo lighter just has a little top on it, right. and you go from there. They're great lighters.
But you know the one I'm talking about. You used to light a fire or whatever if you got an old-fashioned barbecue pit.
You know, like a torch?
It's long, and it's got
a torch?
Looks like a gun.
A torch.
Not a torch.
All right.
It's a lighter.
It's a torch.
Dude, it's
not. You're just talking about like the long.
It's not a torch.
Like
it's a
the
lighter.
Long Bic. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
A what?
A long Bic lighter.
Exactly.
You gotta stress that after what we were just talking about.
No kidding.
Well, I mean, look, it's not like the boys on 105.3 The Fan and the joke that they played on Christian Parker.
Whoa, what did they do?
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
I didn't hear about it. They played a joke on Christian Parker?
They did.
Wow.
Because he came from the Vic Fangio system.
Uh-huh.
And so every time they referred to Vic Fangio, it was like if they were talking about Dick Vermeil.
Oh.
So to see if he would catch on and correct them, and they didn't.
So they just kept saying Dick instead
Fangio.
of Vic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. He never caught on.
There it is.
I think he did catch on. I just think he didn't play along.
All right.
He doesn't seem like the playing around type.
Christian Parker is an interesting dude that you go back and if you guys go to if you missed him on Friday, dude, you missed out. He was incredible. Just talking to him. I get it.
Impressive, yeah.
I get it. You understand when Brian Schottenheimer says, He didn't even want to do the interview because he was the 9th one, and they had already kind of decided. And somebody said, "No, you got to do one more." All right, let's do one more. And you understand in that conversation, he obviously changed everybody's mind in the room. One conversation that Joe and I have had with Christian Parker, I'm on board and I get it. And that's with what you heard on air. The idea of just talking to him. But he is a sneakerhead and a big-time basketball guy. And so he is laser-focused when it comes to work. And at 34, he's pretty buttoned up. Like, I tried to get him to call a defensive play just to hear what he sounds like, and he wouldn't do it.
Well, of course not.
He doesn't want to give away any kind of secrets.
No.
But I do have a feeling when it's time for him to relax or get away from football, that dude has a good time.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, he listens to music. Hell, he went and saw Jay-Z, like, what did he say, 3 or 4 times this summer?
He likes Jay-Z.
Yeah.
That's true.
He likes going to concerts. He likes going and watching basketball.
And he's a big Michael Jordan fan.
Yeah, and a LeBron fan.
Not sure about that.
I can go only what the guy said just because you disagreed with him.
Well, I disagree with him, and I told him that in so many words.
No, you didn't.
Well, I did.
You don't have to answer this, but Michael Jordan's the best, right? Well, it depends on how I wake up in the morning.
I said Michael or LeBron, and he goes, that's a tough one.
Well, he knew he was talking to an old white dude, so he was going to answer Michael Jordan, so he didn't have to argue with you.
Well, of course he is.
Yes.
He's answering Michael Jordan because that's the answer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no question about it. That's why he's doing that. Has nothing to do with anything else. I'm telling you.
He did say he was, he leaves Philly when LeBron arrives, and that kind of, because, dude, he talked about he wouldn't watch the Spurs in San Antonio and went and watch the Spurs in Oklahoma City.
Yeah. He saw Game 7 in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, guy travels around to go watch a lot of basketball.
Wow. Now, I don't know. We tried to get him to jump on the bandwagon, but I'm not sure. I got the feeling you think he was happy the Knicks won? He wasn't going to tell us that because he knew San Antonio.
He's kind of from that area.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think he's probably less team and more player focused.
Maybe.
And the NBA, the way they promote individual stars, has really made it that way.
Mm-hmm.
We have teams like we all love our Spurs, but there is players that you watch. There are a lot of LeBron fans that are now going to buy a Sixers jersey that have never given a damn about the Sixers, right?
True. Very true.
Lots of kids here in San Antonio wearing a Steph Curry jersey. They're not Golden State fans. They're fans of Steph Curry.
Sure, but that's typical for the NBA.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
It really is. Although, I don't know, the NFL, I saw a tweet, and I can't remember who it was. Somebody said, now if you were wanting to buy a Quinnen Williams jersey, now's the time to do it because he's going to be around a while.
Yep.
He's going to be here for the next 5 years or so.
Well, you think he's going to be here. This is where, and again, you guys do you, and I don't buy jerseys anymore, but I buy Legend jerseys. If I'm going to buy a jersey, I buy Legends jerseys because you don't know how long they're going to be here. If you want a Spurs jersey,
Tim Duncan.
Exactly.
Tony Parker.
David Robinson.
Manu Ginobili.
Yes. You can get a Wemby jersey, but I wouldn't buy a De'Aaron Fox jersey.
You wouldn't?
No.
He's going to be here a while.
Castle?
I don't know that I'd buy a Council jersey. I honestly, I don't. I would buy, if on the current Spurs, Wemby would be the only one if I were to buy a jersey.
Well, he just got signed, so he's going to be here for a while.
He's going to be here for a while, but if Quinnen Williams in 2 years is involved in a trade, besides that, who wears a defensive tackle jersey? As I look up at our DeMarcus Ware jersey that's here in our studio.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we put that up, too. Yeah, number one is DeMarcus Ware, who's a hell of a player and a great guy. I love that guy. But it's 94.
Well, that's why it's up there.
Of course.
So, as I said, who would buy a defensive jersey? And, well, there it is. Most people get quarterback or running back.
Did you buy that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's mine.
Huh.
I don't wear it.
Why didn't you buy a Denver Bronco DeMarcus Ware?
Why the hell would I buy a Denver
I'm just
Bronco
saying, won a
anything?
Super Bowl there.
I'm a Cowboy fan.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you were a DeMarcus Ware fan.
I am a DeMarcus Ware fan. And I don't want to say got into it with him a little bit, but we did an interview with him one time. I want to say it was Army-Navy Radio Row in New York.
Yeah.
And we knew DeMarcus Ware was coming on the show. And the PR people hand me a little one sheet on him, like I don't know anything about him.
Uh-huh.
You know how PR people are?
Yeah.
And he's wearing a Bronco jersey.
Ooh.
And I asked him about it. He was like, Super Bowl, man.
Well, I mean, you got a ring.
Yeah.
It probably means a lot.
It probably does.
Just saying.
Means a lot.
Had to go away from Dallas to win a ring.
Yeah, but no, we used to have a deal. Well, not have a deal. The guy that worked here that turned us all on to getting jerseys from China through this website.
Yeah.
So if you bought 5 jerseys for $20 each, so you spent $100, you got free shipping.
Oh.
And so we did. And it works. I mean, most of them look better than the ones that you spend $300 for.
Dude,
But the website doesn't work anymore.
I've got a Vince Young throwback Tennessee Titans jersey, so it looks like the Oilers, which technically they are. And so I ordered that from China. It took about 2 months for that thing to come in.
Yeah.
Took a long time.
But it showed up, and it's perfect.
Well,
isn't it?
it's huge because, I thought I wanted a big jersey.
So you ordered it big.
I ordered it big. I don't know if it's an XL or an XXL. I'm not sure, but it looks like a dress.
Well, but was that when you were a little bit heavier?
Maybe.
Before you lost all the weight and everybody thought you were sick?
It could very well be. I don't recall exactly.
There was a time
when
where
was
you were
Vince Young with the Titans?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's
so.
been a while.
Mm-hmm.
But
it took a while to get here. But I love the jersey.
2006, 7, 8, somewhere in there?
I want to say. Well, no, they won the
national
championship in 06.
Yeah.
So it had to be 7 or 8, I guess.
Well, you were
right in there.
You were about 70 pounds heavier then.
Yeah, maybe so. But still, I mean, that would fit Quinnen Williams and still look baggy.
Let's not get carried away. Let's. It's crazy though when you find sites like that and the quality that you're getting, because it's the same place apparently where they're all made. It's got all the markings on it. Everything looks exactly right. Like I got a great Troy Aikman with the 75th anniversary patch, $20.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to bring that jersey.
For what?
Bring it in here and hang it up.
No, we're not going to hang it up. It's a Tennessee Titan jersey.
It's a Vince Young jersey.
It's a Tennessee Titan jersey. If anything, VY gets hung up, it's a Longhorn jersey.
Oh, please.
Because, look, if the bosses allow you to put up some Titans crap, then AJ's going to hang up a Buffalo Bills something.
No, he's not.
Watch him.
Dude, we're already going to hang his cat. We'll burn the jersey.
Well, you can't hang his cat.
Why not?
You can't hang the cat. Again.
It's a stuffed animal, dude. We're not talking about a real cat.
It's the idea behind it.
And?
PETA.
It's a stuffed animal. Let's get it straight. I'm not into hanging cats that are alive.
Take that cat for a ride.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So much going on today. I'm just happy. It's football season, and it's just awesome. Tomorrow, the Cowboys have a joint practice with the favorites to win the NFC, the Los Angeles Rams, and they have to go on the road to do it. I'm not sure. Do we know where the Rams training camp site is?
Down the road from where the Cowboys
So it's
practice.
not that far?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not that far, but I couldn't tell you exactly where. I know the email today for the media covering the Cowboys said there's no space in their media workroom for Cowboys media, so you got to find a spot off-site to finish your work. So I guess they're all heading to Starbucks after. No,
this is in L.A. They're at Loyola Marymount University, according to AI. So it's a little bit of a drive for the Cowboys.
Mine says it's in Woodland Hills.
I'm just saying. I said, where's their training camp site? It says Loyola Marymount. Practices take place on Sullivan Field, according to this. So I don't know.
Does it matter where it is? We're not going.
Well, it does. I mean, it's a true road trip for the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. You know, they'll get on a bus. They'll have a police escort. They're going to be just fine. They'll get there. The media, they'll have a little bit tougher of a time maybe getting down there or getting back.
Well, that's just it. They're going to have to all carpool together.
They're not going to carpool together.
You don't think so?
No.
You get Machota in there with Clarence Hill and Nick Harris and what Joe
Hoyt?
Joe, yeah, that guy.
Can you imagine taking, you know, when we're all sitting around the sand pit or whatever you call it there on the beach. You know, I posted photos on my Instagram and Facebook, bar pictures. Like 3 people's like, where's Joe? See that empty chair there? That's where Joe was sitting, but he got cold and went back inside.
I did.
Yeah. You had a chair there.
Quit being a wussy!
Well, I still had it when I was forced to come back out.
Forced?
Yeah.
Come back out.
I was forced.
He was.
So.
Mm-hmm. Only one person could make him come back outside.
Who?
I don't know. He did for half a beer, and then it was cold, and we all went inside.
Dude, it was cold. Everybody went inside. Dude, it's cold out there on the beach. It really is. It is.
It is.
Because that wind blows, and it's cold.
It is
man.
stupid cold
out.
out
there. Hoodie?
Huh?
You got a hoodie?
It doesn't matter.
You drink enough, you don't feel anything.
What does a hoodie do? So you think you'd be warmer just because you throw the hood on?
Well, it's a sweatshirt.
Well, exactly.
You can put on a sweatshirt. It doesn't have to be a hoodie, but...
I had on my Army-Navy hoodie.
Yeah.
I never put the hoodie part on. I guess maybe that's where I went wrong.
No, because you didn't bring anything thick enough to go out there on the beach. You have lightweight...
Dude, it's July and August. You know what?
And if you've never been there before, I could get it, but that's a rookie mistake. You know, Joe, wear mine. I got extras. I got plenty. I had plenty.
I had to wear one of yours. I think I was wearing it that night, as a matter of fact. Little Spurs.
Yeah.
Thing.
And that's a light sweatshirt.
I should have kept that thing. You wouldn't have minded, would you?
For a small fee.
Quarter zip's not a hoodie.
Dude, it was a hoodie.
It was a hoodie.
You got an Army-Navy hoodie?
Yes.
Last year's.
Are you jealous?
I like how Pledge corrects you on your wardrobe.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, everything I ever see you in from Army-Navy is a quarter zip.
No, because the one they gave us last year is too damn heavy to wear in San Antonio.
It really is. It was too damn
for a summer in Los Angeles.
But it was too damn heavy to wear where we were. Where were we? Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that cold there. Not at all. All right, we're going to get out of here, all right?
Finally.
Extra innings with Pledger's coming up next. I think he's got a full hour tonight. He could just go nuts. Pledge could. Be sure and join the fellas in the morning, AJ and Rob, for the AJ and Rob Show. They'll get started at 6 o'clock, and Minix and I will be back here at 2. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
San Antonio Sports Star has South Texas' biggest sports stick, enhanced by Dr. Boom Boom Pow.